Alright, I'm hitting go live. Just a second here. I'm trying to troubleshoot some stuff. Alright, I'm hitting go live. Okay, things look okay. Why does the camera look like that shit? Sorry, I'm doing some troubleshooting right now. I mean, things look okay. Camera quality is shit. My streaming software got an update and it forgot like all of my settings. I am Sauce King. Thank you for coming to the Friday Night Fight. Hey man, thank you for the $10. Christian, how you doing? Super serious. No fucking around. Let me know how the audio is tonight. If the audio sounds weird or something, I might have to re-fidget with that. So let me know how I am compared to the game volume. Like I said, my streaming software got an update. So I had to kind of go back and do everything over again that I've done over the last 2 years of this stuff. So I may not have gotten it right in the first guess. And also for some reason, my camera is being fuzzy. What happens if I take the blocker down? And yes, the blocker is for a different stream. I just didn't have a blocker ready for tonight. All right, are we live? I mean, people are pinging each other, so I think we're live. Okay, so the Warhammer looks fine. My camera doesn't look great. It's all pixely, but I'll make a note of that, and as long as the game itself looks fine, we'll just move on. And not hold you here very long. Okay. Camera is pixelated. Live stream, check. My GPU isn't being maxed out, which is your first sign of concern. Like your computer is working its ass off and about to crash. So it looks like it's just not loving that my camera exists. But even that, actually the game itself does look a little pixely. I don't know. I'll deal with it. A different stream. A different stream. Because at this point I would have to... I'd have to shut down the stream and restart it to fix these things. You can't fix them live, so fuck it. What are we doing tonight? It's Friday Night Fights. Best of one until the finals is best of three. Otherwise, it's just pretty straightforward land battles. Here's the bracket. It's hosted by Cool Umbrella. And usually goes pretty quick. Goes through it quite nicely. 20 signups today. Don't know how many checked in. Looks like we have 6, 10, 13, 14, 18, 19. So 19 checked in out of 20. Not bad. I have to fight Hardress Warrior right away. So might as well get into it. Might as well. I didn't have a blocker set up for this. So I just grabbed one from a future stream I'm going to have with Lich. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready to lose. You ready to lose? We're all ready to lose. I report this bracket. Segos, what happened to you? Did you get Blood Penguin? Oh yeah, we didn't do favorites. Looking at it, favorite is probably Blood Penguin. Dark Horse. Golden Floof. I miss Golden Floof. I'm always happy to have the Golden Floof in a tournament. Horned Hills, huh? Horned Hills. Maybe I'll bust out new Cathay. Or new Zinch. Again. This will be a little weird. This will be a little weird. Not gonna lie. Who picks first in this thing? I do? Shit. Okay, what's the pick and ban? Players use pick 3, ban 3. Top of the bracket. Player 2 will then pick their faction, ban one of the 3 chosen by player 1. So I could theoretically pick Cathay, Ogre Kingdoms, and Bretonnia. Ban Ogre Kingdoms, Cathay, and Bretonnia. I'm not gonna do that because that would be a dick move, but I could. And that's the fucked up part. No. Because, like, if you go Cathay, Bretonnia, Ogre Kingdoms, and you ban those 3, I feel like there's a Dark Elf angle there. Don't know. Everyone's getting their last tournaments in before the Sundering of patch 4.0. And the DLC. Cathay is about to break the entire land battle meta. Let me check an unrelated thing. Okay, I can't answer that question. I reread my my email. I can't talk about anything, unfortunately. I can speculate. Floof is back. Floof's always been back. Floof lives back. So what are we doing? Skaven. Ooh, I've been playing some High Elves recently. That's been pretty fun. Skaven, High Elves, and Demons of Chaos. Ban Brett, Ogre Kingdoms, Grand Cathay. There we go. I didn't pick any of the OPs. I banned all the OPs. I am your goddamn hero. And if I'm not your hero, I should be. And the fact that I'm not is on you. As a reminder, hold on, I'm actually going to listen. And Cathay. There we go. I didn't pick any of the OPs. I banned all the OPs. I am your goddamn hero. All right, sounds fine. Sounds fine. Speculate anyway. Dragonborn, that's true. All the big streamers, and this is just a fact. Any lawyers out there, this is just a fact. All the big streamers have already been showing all the goddamn assets. So if I say anything, it's hard to tell where that information came from. Because I could have been watching the live streams or the videos. That's true. I could have. That's true. In the spirit of the agreement, though, I'm not going to talk about anything I wouldn't know. Just from watching the main streams. Oh. I think people need to... I'm waiting on my opponent's pick. I already sent him my things. You're not waiting on me. So if one of the dragons got an item which allows them to full heal... Yeah, I can answer that one. But here's what I will say about a lot of those streams. Remember that a lot of the people showing you things don't play a ton. And their opinions might be alarmist. That's probably already saying a little too much, but that's the most I can do. As for the Zhao Ming thing, yeah, I can have an opinion on that since that was shown on stream. Zhao Ming with healing certainly makes him stronger. The problem with Zhao Ming was that he wasn't particularly viable at all. So I do wonder if that just makes him viable or if it makes him too strong. We'll have to see. But the Cathay Dragons in general really struggled with broken ass shitty hitboxes that are the opposite of Tzeentch's hitboxes. Whereas Tzeentch benefits from his hitboxes, Kairos and the other big birds are almost impossible to keep locked down. They don't take any damage and they can get through anything. The Cathay Dragons are the exact opposite, where if they ever turn to their dragon form, they're infinitely more vulnerable. Their attack animations are so dog shit that they physically miss the target most of the time, so they don't even get to try and hit something. And their charge attacks while they're a dragon are dog shit. So Zhao Ming's already suffering from a lot of problems. For his heal to go off, he needs to turn into a dragon for it to go off at all. And then it full heals him. So yeah, that is strong, but it's like, I don't know if it's going to be super strong. Honestly, it would be much stronger if it activated while he was still on foot, because then he wouldn't have to transform at all. So you'd have to have foot Zhao Ming for most of the game, transform him when he's about to get low, get a full heal, and then go back to being foot Zhao Ming. But what are you achieving? Is my question. And I'm not trying to say he'll be bad. Here's my counter argument against why he would be OP. What are you achieving? Because Miao Ying, when she's on foot, offers your whole army healing. Miao Ying, when she's on foot, has Talon's Knight, an incredible crowd clearing spell. Zhao Ming doesn't have that. He only has healing for himself. So then Zhao Ming is going to have to do the carrying. Which has he ever? He has Final Transmutation. It's pretty much the only good spell he really has. So I don't know. I don't know that giving Zhao Ming a shit ton of healing is going to matter, because it's like, you give Tyrion the Heart of Averlord, and yeah, but Tyrion's a god. You give Zhao Ming the Heart of Averlord, and okay. Your Footcaster is stronger-ish. He's still alive, I guess. You take a Shugi Lord for like half the price with better spells, because you can opt into Yin. Or you could take Miao Ying. You could take Miao Ying, who's going to heal cap herself with Regrowth and Earthblood anyway, but she'll heal cap your whole army. So like, I don't know how Zhao Ming's going to turn to be crazy. They got the most useless stuff. 1 OP healing items, some slightly above average crossbows, big deal. Oh, some slightly above average crows. What up, Ryan? How you doing? How you doing? Later, be master. Depends on if you have units that deserve heal. Yeah, but like Zhao Ming's not going to hard carry on his own. All right, my opponent went Dark Elves. I guess we'll go Skaven. Sure. I'll live and die on the Skaven Hill. Skavinos versus Dark Elves. Skabrinis. And Tzeentch got Kugath. The execution ability seems a bit OP, but I know you may not be able to talk about it. Hell yeah, Ryan. Do it. Do it! Tzeentch got Kugath. I was in an argument with my Discord about this a lot. Tzeentch doesn't have the same synergies that Nurgle does, so I would caution him about getting overhyped about Kugath. Because Kugath benefits from army abilities that scale off of damage you're taking, and then his whole army is built around taking damage. And then he himself has very little healing, because like he has stuff that gives healing auras to give him a little bit of healing, and he has the tier 2 Nurgle army ability, Fecundity, for healing, and then he uses Fleshy Abundance to heal himself, or his friends, or uses Rancid Visitations. So all that is what keeps Kugath alive. Tzeentch doesn't have the cheap chaff that Nurgle does to keep him alive. He also doesn't have Plague Bearers to keep him alive. It's just Tzeentch, the rest of the Tzeentch roster isn't going to support what Kugath's doing. And the other problem is, if you, like, what are you trying to get out of Kugath? Like, really think about it. What are you trying to get out of Kugath? You're trying to get artillery, which you already have Soul Grinders. You already have some of the best kite in the game as Tzeentch. You're trying to get a Mortis engine? You have a 2,000 gold Mortis engine for the Mutilator of the Void. And it's a better duelist than Kugath is. If you're looking for cheap healing, you have Kairos, who's maybe the best lord in the entire game. So I guess that'd be my argument, is why pay extra money for someone else's lord when you have the best lord in the game on your roster? It's tough. Maybe he's good in some blob builds, but Tzeentch doesn't have the best blob support. And you can't go Mutilator plus Kugath for double Mortis effect because that's illegal in any tournament rules. You might be able to cheese quick battles with it, sure, but you're not going to be able to do much in a tournament. So I don't know. I'm struggling to see it personally. But maybe I'm just a hater. It's also quite possible. People have called me ol' hummus hater breath. What am I doing? What? What? What is this build? I'm busy talking to you people. I'm not paying attention to my build. What the fuck am I looking at? So what kills stuff with this? This build. That. What up, Murph? It's been a while. How are you, friend? How are you, Chief? Let's get some of those. The Changeling's price point is what gets me. 3,500 gold for a butt-naked shitty lord is tough. So his transformation's got to be worth the 3,500, and you pretty much have to just transform into that and stay at the entire game. So then you need to think about what you can transform into that's worth your time. And I think it pretty much just comes down to Be'lakor, Kugath, maybe Skarbrand. And if you're willing to pay 3,500 gold for Skarbrand, which is more than he costs, you wonder why Khorne doesn't take Skarbrand already. It's not a promising outlook. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. So you're pretty much down to Kugath and Be'lakor. And then you have to be careful about how you use Kugath. Cougs. The Gathster. Been a while, we share a marital bed. I haven't gone to bed in 6 or 7 solid years. What up, Hot Fire Potato? Baby's asleep, wife is watching Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy, is that show still on, or is she watching reruns? Does the Changeling get the mounts? I haven't seen the Changeling use any mounts on any stream. I'm thinking back to all the streams I've seen, and I've never seen the Changeling have a mount. Which, if that assumption is true, then you're looking for units you can turn into worth the cost without factoring in their mounts. Which, like, Foot Malekith is much less scary than Dragon Malekith. Foot Imrik is much less scary than Dragon Imrik. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? What's the Dark Elf build? What's the Skaven build? What's any build? I also upped the audio gate for my stream, so hopefully you don't hear my mouse as much, because that always annoyed me if I listen back to any of my videos or anything. You can hear my clicking. It pisses me off. So, we have a Warp Lightning Cannon to pressure whoever their lord or caster is. Keep them a little bit honest. I do have 3 Poison Wind Globes to kill Dark Riders or Coldland Knights or anything like that. They're not as great versus infantry these days, but they still suffice. A mix of Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves in the front line to try and hold for longer than 3 seconds. I do want the globes to be behind the Skaven slaves mostly, not bombing my little clan rats. Okay, so we have those. I do have a Packmaster to offer some support to my rat ogres. And my dogs. Give them better stats, give them more stats. Alright. And then I have a Greyseer on a Bell. I've been noticing that he's just really good again, and still. Like, the global buffs he offers, the spells he offers are just too good to pass up, honestly. Alright, I'm putting my dogs back here to look for Dark Riders. Because the only place they can sit in trees is right here. So, if there are Dark Riders, I'll find them. And if not, my dogs will get to the front line fast enough that it won't really matter. Alright, let's see how this goes. I really don't like the Skaven versus Dark Elf matchup, but with the picks I had, it was probably the best I could do. Okay, so there are Harpies behind me, and whatever. You shoot at her, and that's all you're going to shoot at the entire game. Other than that, they have all melee, some Manticores, some Harpies, and shit. Whoa, those Harpies landed? Kill them. Absolutely fuck them up. Uh-oh. This is not bueno for my opponent right here. Okay. They just lost all their Harpies for no reason. That's a tragedy. Alright, I don't know why they landed. That's on them. So we have Manticores, we have Dark Riders, and we have a fuck ton of infantry. Alright, I can handle that. Dogs, go find a Dark Rider. Dogs, go find a Dark Rider. Rat Ogres are trying to kill that Manticore. I'm chucking this. Okay, so these dogs are eating those Dark Riders alive. Manticores are killing our poor... Rat Ogres are killing that poor little Manticore. Globes are still throwing at some of this stuff. My other globes are under duress, but we're currently scrapping it out pretty good with this ye old blob fight. Alright, GG. It's over. What up, Black Knight? Are we sweating tonight, human boy? I would like some vengeance, yeah. I played in the playoffs of this tournament type and got my... For the children out there, I got my booty cheeks mildly instrumented upon. Alright, so we won that one. Okay, I will check in with Ian Zero. You in game, or can I spec? Right now I'm attempting to locate a game. For now, I think it's the easiest way to find a game is to look for... one second, sorry. I want to do DMs. Okay. There is a game that's ready for us. Anyway, what I was saying is it's easier to get a tier 2 here, because all tier 1s will have definitely started by now. So, like, I contacted Malvi and Ian Zero to see how that's going. And they will let us spectate. So far, Lamb Sauce King was defeated by Ian Zero, Blood Penguin defeated Segos, I defeated Arbros, Phoenix King defeated Strat Game, and Cool Umbrella defeated Joy Boy. I didn't have the blocker up, so I had to go to a different screen. Itatsuki? Yeah, we're mostly sweating. We're mostly sweating. There are many things. There are many things to say, my friends. I will say none of them. What I will say is Tuesday, we have a best of 7 land battle stream with your favorite streamer, Tactical Lich. That'll be fun. We can answer all sorts of questions then. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be my only early access stream of next week, because next week I also have a new player tournament on Wednesday, but that'll be on the live patch. And then I might do some more early access streams after that. Not starting tomorrow, but next weekend I am going to be out of town at a convention that was planned 6 months ahead of time, so we had no idea that this DLC was coming out now. But yeah, there was a convention where I'm going to go be selling board games and stuff. So, not great timing, all things considered. Tomorrow I'll also be out of town. Sunday, I'm going to be playing in Platypus's season finals. Depending how far I go with that, I might co-stream with him. But if I go to finals, I won't be co-streaming because I'll be obviously playing. Hell yeah, Phoenix King. I couldn't agree more, my friend. But let's get it. Warriors of Chaos versus the Lizardmen. And oh my goodness, it is Mazdamundi and the Shredder of Lustria plus some healing versus Marauder Horsemen, Archaon, and a bunch of elite other crap. I must say, I am sick of healing. Sick of healing. It's not my favorite. We're going to stream you playing in the tournament. Honestly, I should ask what Platy wants with that. Because if he wants to stream... If he's going to stream, I'm not going to stream. Because that would be a dick move. In my opinion. You know, if someone else has a different opinion, that's fine. But my opinion is... when I'm streaming my own event, I would not want someone streaming the same event. And then, like, splitting our viewers. I wouldn't like that. So I would ask him first. But my default assumption was no, he wouldn't want me siphoning views from an event he worked hard on. And that's just being like, that's just my take on it. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. If you think that's a dick take, then that's my take. It's not... Platy didn't say anything to me, right? It's just like, I don't know. To me, it feels a little bit like, hey, thanks for putting all this together and spending all your time and effort. Anyway, so I'm just gonna scooch on in here. No. No. Big thingy? It is a big thingy. Not a fire potato. It is. Opponent picked... You lost because global bans weren't a thing? Your opponent picked Grand Cathay, Brett Zinch, and banned Vampire, Coast, Skaven, and Dark Elves. Interesting. Why does Lizardman Infantry feels weak? Because it is weak. Alrighty. So what do we have? Now the builds are a little more set up. For the Lizardmen, it is a rather... Ooh, wow, this is a small army game. My Skaven army from last round had more models than both of these armies put together. For the Lizardmen small army, we have 2 Skink Skirmishers, 1 Skink Cobra Javelins, 1 Saurus Spear with shields, Mazdamundi with Apotheosis. Oh, and he's not on Zlek, he's just on his little toad chair. Apotheosis, Comet of Cassandora, and his bound spells for clearing out stuff. The Shredder of Lustria, triple Pterodons, all with Fire Leech Bolas? No, 2 with Fire Leech Bolas. Still down Purification Crystal for even more healing, and the Cohort of Waddle, Sacred Crocscore ROR. I will never get tired of these guys, even though I acknowledge the hypocrisy that healing is the only reason these guys are any good. But I would contest if we have damage spells that are only good versus certain targets, like Fate of Buna is dog shit against a single target. That is actually a good point. I made a good point, everybody. If Fate of Buna is so good against units with a certain amount of models or more, and Spirit Leech is really good against the units with a certain amount of models or less, why can't we have healing spells that do that? Like, why can't Regrowth... Regrowth does jack shit to, like, Chosen or, you know, Croxagores or whatever. But then, like, Earthblood does jack shit to single entities. Like, why can't we diversify healing spells? Why are all healing spells equally good for everything, but damage spells are spread out? I think I'm onto something. I think I'm onto something. Oh, okay. I see why. Someone was pinging me and I was wondering why. For the other side, Chaos, we have 4 Marauder Horsemen to try and counter skirmish some of these people. Then we have Archaon the Everchosen on his mount with Slayer of Kings and the Crown of Domination. His spells are Flaming Sword of Ruin and Spirit Leech, which he has started using, interestingly enough, on the Pterodon Riders. And he overcast it? That's a mistake. The overcast only increases the range on it, doesn't increase the damage. We also have some Marauders and Chaos Warriors mixed throughout. We do have a Skull Crusher of Khorne, a Dragon Ogre, and I thought I saw one more fun thing somewhere, but I've lost them in the sauce. There they are, the Knights of Immolation, Doom Knights. So the Doom Knights finish off one of the Pterodons. They're also going to go after another one. Meanwhile, the Marauders already pushed off, and another Marauder was killed by the Ruination of Cities. Speaking of getting killed, the Cohort of Waddle, already down to half HP. They'll need some healing quickly, and they need some infantry support, which there's not a lot of that to go around in this Lizardman build. So they're left alone, getting chewed up by these Skull Crushers of Khorne. A Banishment is going straight through them, and the Dragon Ogres, which Banishment won't do too much damage to that type of unit. So, honestly, good start here for Chaos. Really good start. Skirmish Cav also has plenty of ammunition. And these Doom Knights of Tzeentch have gone a long way in fending off the counter skirmish. Really keeping these Pterodons under threat. Because where are we at for the Pterodons? One's healthy. One is not feeling so good, and the other one's just like flat out shattered or dead or something. These Marauder Horsemen could chase down these Skink Cohorts, make sure they don't come back. I don't know if Archaon should be chasing these guys. Are they even naturally routed, or are they just terror routed? Because if they're just terror routed, they'll turn around and beat his ass. And he has no support nearby. Okay, good. It looks like he's backing off. He doesn't want that, and I agree. Skull Crusher's trying to charge in, but here is the problem right now, is, I mean, Mazdamundi, the healing dino, and the big dino are still alive. So as long as that is true, Chaos is still in trouble. Wow, Archaon's fucking going for it. He is going to 1v9 a whole bunch of cohorts. We'll see if this goes well for him. It looks like they haven't fully gotten attack orders onto Archaon, and now the Skull Crushers are coming in. Alright, Archie's gonna be just fine. Pew! Skirmishers, kiting out Chaos Warriors. For now. Not gonna do a lot of damage to them. Doom Knights catch themselves another Pterodon. That was the healthy one we saw earlier, so they get completely fucked up. They're dead as hell. Did they have their rock drop? They still have their rock drop. Oof. Brutal. Marauder Horseman might just want to go into combat with the Skink Skirmisher, and that loud noise went all the way through a closed window, ladies and gentlemen. On paper, I'd say Chaos is playing the shit out of this game, and they are. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if 4 Horsemen without Plague of Rust are going to be able to do very much against the Shredder of Lustria. We'll see if Dragon Ogre, Shaggots, no, just Dragon Ogres. Dragon Ogres and Skull Crushers can even do much to the Shredder. That's mostly what I'm worried about, is just what kills the Shredder. Shredder already routes off these 2 Horsemen just by finding them. because High Elves have the only Cavs and SE effectively to heal. Archaon's charging in, but so is the Shredder. He's going to have to be very careful. Slayer of Kings is popped. He's currently poisoned. Shredder managed to miss twice, which is nice, and now the Dragon Ogres get a side charge on it. Revivification Crystal preemptively thrown onto the Shredder, who has no damage on him, so we'll see if he even needs any of that healing. As Archaon's going to get another Spirit Leech and a hit, but a big Ruination of Cities is going to hit some of the Skirmish Cav, just trying to focus them down and doesn't want to cast Ruination anywhere near their own Saurus, because that's the only infantry left to support the big dinos. And single entities are another nice banishment. Single entities are rather vulnerable if they have absolutely no infantry support. Marauder Horsemen continuing to fire in, do what they can. It looks like they are, in fact, just firing at the Saurus spears. With only 60 armor and a bronze shield, it'll get decent damage value. But not a ton. I'm kind of surprised Archaon's been allowed to sit here and fight the Bastildon for as long as he has. It will probably get an Apotheosis soon, and the Shredder is here now. But Chaos might just be doomed. I don't see if we can kill the Shredder. Dragon Ogres are running back in, though they took a lot of damage last time they tried to fight with those Saurus spears right here. Shredder's turning around, and Archaon will probably have to come back in soon. And he is charging in. Is he going after the Shredder? Honestly, you should go after the Revivification Crystal and Mazda Mundi, take out all the healing, and then kill the Shredder once. Because if you go after healing the Shredder right now, you're going to have to kill the Shredder 1.5 times, and then you'll still have to kill Mazda Mundi and his Healy Dino friend. Comet of Cassandora hits the Marauder Horsemen. They didn't see it coming, and they will both rout. Not shattering just yet. But I'm noticing a bit of a reoccurring pattern here with those guys as they come in, get hit with some sort of gigantic fucking spell, and get pushed away. In the distance, Chaos Warriors running away from Skink Skirmishers are now out of ammo. They might as well just turn and kick those guys' ass, but oh well, we'll see. Saurus Warriors running out. Those Skink Javelin throwers from earlier came back, tried to throw their javelins, instead got run down by Skull Crushers of Khorne. So they're having a bad, bad time. Where is Archie? Uh-oh. Archie's right where I think he is. Somehow the Shredder has not completely bodied his ass, and Archaon's going to have to count his lucky stars and get the fuck out of there while he still can. Mazda Mundi's healed up since we last saw him. Looks like he's getting a Revivification Crystal right now. More Marauder Horsemen starting to rally in the distance. They have plenty of ammo to do good work as long as they don't rout, but they rout because they got anywhere close to the Shredder of Lustria at all. 5 bombardments left for these guys, though that was a little risky. It didn't do much damage to the Saurus, but thankfully it also didn't do that much damage to the Skull Crushers. Archaon is still taking this fight, and I am flabbergasted he has not taken more of a beating from the Shredder of Lustria. I don't know how, but he needs to back off while he is still this lucky. Alright, now that he's getting some support, he should stay in, but he shouldn't have been 1v2ing them this whole time. That was completely fucking wild. Saurus Spears hanging out around Mazda Mundi do need to probably go offer support to the Shredder of Lustria, which is now taking a lot of damage as it attempts to fight back. Revivification Crystal is also fighting back. And the Doom Knights of Tzeentch will take out the Saurus Spears, and that might just secure Chaos the game if they can get rid of all the infantry support here. And Archaon is strangely taking very little damage from the dinos. That could be enough to seal it. We'll see how much healing the Lizardmen have left on hand. I saw an Apotheosis earlier. I saw Rev Crystal on Mazda, so I know the Rev Crystal is on cooldown. I don't know if the Apotheosis is. Wow, and just like that, both of them come off cooldown. Both hit the Shredder. He is going to heal a fuckload. Skull Crushers and the Dragon Ogres running low on will to fight. Another banishment or comet? A comet. Interesting. Still using the Winds of Magic to get rid of the Skirmish Cav at this point in the game. I mean, we'll see if it works out for him. Skirmish Cav don't seem to see it coming. There it goes. Streaks in. Hits him in the back. Is it enough to rout them? That'll probably shatter him, considering the game that they've had. Yeah, they both shatter. So goodbye, Marauder Horsemen. Goodbye, Skull Crushers who are currently terror routing. Goodbye, Archaon. Goodbye, yes, everybody. Also, if the stream is lagging for you, I'm sorry about it. I don't know what to do. My stream software got an update that kind of fucked with everything, and I'll play with it more after the stream. So, sorry if that's a thing. Sorry if that is a thing. It is known, and there's very little I can do about it right now. Healing's a hell of a drug. Healing is a hell of a drug. Another Flaming Sword of Ruin is popped, trying to give these guys their best chance of fighting back. The Shredder is taking a lot of damage, Skull Crusher's trying to come back. Doom Knights of Tzeentch trying to come back. The Dragon Ogres are back. And this kind of looks like an all-in gamble. Shield the Old Ones and Cold-Blooded were both popped to keep the Shredder in the fight. Cold-Blooded has worn off. The shield is still going, but if the shield wears off... Oh, God, another Verification Crystal. Another Apotheosis. You remember earlier when I was like, maybe we should kill the healing guys first if possible, because that Shredder is going to get so much healing, and he is. He's going to fucking heal cap pretty soon. Cold-Blooded is back on him to keep him in the fight, so even his leadership's not going to be a problem as Archaon continues to do battle. Another Comet of Cassandora. How do you have so much Winds of Magic, man? Alright, another Comet's coming down to try and deal with these Chaos Warriors. Not that it matters that much, just icing on the cake as Archaon's trying to run away. Comet hits the ground, routes off some stuff, and Army losses hits. Lizardmen pull forward. Polar patterns. Omnidirectional. Stereo. Okay, sorry, someone asked me a question. Archaon got really good value. Skull Crushers did fine. Doom Knights of Tzeentch did fine. Honestly, Dragon Ogres did fine too. Chaos Warriors didn't have a whole lot to do. Marauder Horsemen did okay. But the problem is you're fighting so much healing, so you need to get way more than your value back. Mazdamundi did great. The Shredder did amazing. The Healy Crystal did fine as well. Saurus did fine. Pterodons didn't get much done. Neither did the Croxagore. Skink Skirmishers did really well. But that's that. That is that. What up, Nighthead? How you doing? Okay, I gotta go fight a guy. I need you to win this next match. I will try. My next opponent is MTK Boini Roja, and I have never played this person or spectated this person before. I know they tried to get into my last new player tournament, but they missed the check-in by just a little bit. They are Argentinian. English is not their first language. I'm bottom pick though, so I get to counter pick. Does he know I play Skaven? Does he know? Thanks, Cool, bro. I'm doing my best. If anybody cares, we are mostly to the quarterfinals, besides Boojilicious and Blood Penguin still fighting. Pop over to the bracket real quick. Here we are. My opponent has arrived. Ba-da-bum, bam, bam. Ba-da-ba-da-bum, bum, ba-dum. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. And another one bites the dust. And another one's down, another one's down. Another one bites the dust. Hey! I get to pick two. And I wanna play Skaven. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. And why? Why? Is my stream laggy? Sorry, I'm reading an article on why the fuck my stream is all of a sudden messed up. Okay, my opponent just picked and banned in Spanish, so give me 1 second to Google that. I know what most of them were, but one very important one I don't understand. Cathay, Bretonnia, Chaos Dwarves, banned Dark Elves, Skaven, Ogre Kingdoms. Cathay, Bretonnia, Chaos Dwarves. So my first thought is just to go Cathay, ban Cathay, because I have a decent anti-Bretonnia build as Cathay. Chaos Dwarves, I've never had to play that as Cathay before, but I have some ideas, so sure, let's do it. Cathay. I'll even do it in Spanish, because I'm such a gentleman. What would you suggest for D&D campaign setting? I fucking love pirates, man. I love pirates. Sailing the high seas. If you're actually sticking to the fantasy version of, like, Dungeons and Dragons, you could still do a nautical theme. You just wouldn't have guns. You'd have, like, crossbows and handbows. Alright, he's picking Bretonnia. I'm wondering if this is the first time I've actually gotten to try and show my Cathay counter build on stream, because I keep hinting to it, and then no one lets this matchup happen. My stream has not crashed. The game has crashed. Alright, cool. Stream didn't crash, right? You guys are all still there? Nice. How you doing, bud? Doomsage, I am mildly frustrated. As everybody else has heard a million times, so I'll be short. My streaming software updated itself and forgot all of my settings. Quick battle while waiting? That's behind the main thing. Love the content, man? Hell yeah. I got you, buddy. Alright, so we are going to try and do our anti-Bretonnia build with Cathay and see how it goes. Short! So for now, I have to remember what's in it. Okay, I know it had all those. Had some of these. 850 left. Did that mean she was on a horsey horse? She might just be on a horsey horse. Will of the Dragons. That looks like it. Okay. This is approximately what my build was. Double Terracotta, Felix, and Miao Ying, then spam Iron Hails and hope you go. No. And watch, I am going to talk so much shit. Hot Fire Potato got a party in 20 minutes. Hell yeah, dude. It is Friday night, I suppose. I'm going to talk so much shit and then get my cheeks clapped. But no, I have won this matchup 4 times and I've lost it once since I came up with this build. And I really don't subscribe to the mentality of just blobbing up with as many spears and single entities as possible versus Bretonnia. Because you know Grail Knights are just going to raffle stomp their way through your entire front line. So who cares how much front line you put in front of them? So I go a very different route with it. Why the hell does this game keep crashing? So weird. Okay. It crashed as soon as I tried to save my build. So hopefully if we get into game, it's fine. And I wasn't having crashing issues before I matched with this person, so I'm wondering if there's something about, like, a language thing. Like, if one person's in Spanish, one person's in English, it gets fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, it saved my build. Nice. I really hope they ready up fast. It crashed with you while loading? Loading? Great. Alright, he's ready. Let's try this. And hopefully it doesn't crash like it did for Antoyevich. Alright, we're doing okay for now. I'll explain the thinking behind my build in a second, as soon as we actually load in so you can see what I'm talking about. Wow, wow, wow. Still loading. Sorry. He's a loading. And my stream is bothering me. Why? Why did you have to go and fuck up the bitrate and stuff? Stream. Alright, so we're in. Okay. Sometimes I do this build with 2 peasant horsemen instead of these last 2 peasant spears. And then I think I cut, like, the Jade Amulet from my caster. That is something you can do. But what do we have here? So, to do this. Oh, it's the guard mode bug. Okay, so they're not actually on guard mode. There we go. I'm gonna turn formation attack off from you guys. Just because. Well, I don't think it is bugged right now. I think it's working right now. Alright. So, for this matchup. Yeah, I usually have 2 peasant horsemen here. Okay, picked it up. I fucked it up slightly, but it should be okay. I know my melee can't stop the Grail Knights or Grail Guardians, so I'm relying on my range to do that. So we have 4 Iron Hail Gunners and 2 cannons to do all of that nonsense, and I have a 45% slow with the Storm of Shadows. So if they have Grail Knights, my Jade Lancers ignore the Grail Knights and Grail Guardians and all that stuff, and they harass the enemy archers, the enemy trebuchets, anything like that. And if they don't have Grail Knights, if they have like mass Knights of the Realm spam or something, then my Jade Lancers can actually fight the Knights of the Realm in the background and just like provide support and that kind of thing. But yeah, you don't really contest the Grail Knights much. You just let them run around your backline and see what happens. Just try and shoot them to death, because you can only have one Grail Knight. But yeah, I just like shooting them. I don't really bother with the whole boxing thing or whatever. And Jade Warriors can usually hold up against Bretonnian front line. Thought ranged units should be in a square so they turn faster. Yeah, you don't want them in like a full square. Yeah, you don't want them in like a full square. Otherwise they're a little easy to bomb with like trebuchets or some shit. Alright. So here we go. Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Pegasus Knights, Fey Enchantress, a shitload of archers, and very few infantry. Okay. Sounds good to me, my friends. So, let's have our infantry just walk up casually and harass those archers. You guys all have orders? Get back there. Okay, we'll send 2 Jade Lancers up the middle, just to be extra annoying. Okay, so we've already gotten through here. Jade Lancers already rolling through there. I don't have Overcast yet, so I'm going to have to be happy with just undercasting that. But we've already rolled through their front line. And I'm more concerned with fucking up their front line than I am with protecting my back line at this point. Alright. You can deal with that. You're doing great. I'm gonna throw a slow on that guy. Dodge that. Alright, we've routed a lot of stuff. We have routed a lot of stuff. Okay, cannons are still trying to shoot over there. Oh, those are Grail Knights in there. Okay, so there's one Grail Knight. Okay, well, I will need a little help getting out of there then. You two separate out. You fight that. You fight that. Alright, so Peasant Long Spears. Don't know why some of you guys keep losing your attack orders, but whatever. My lord is still trying to get away from these knights. Cannons are still trying to shoot those knights. Okay. My lord has routed. Now that I know that there is a Grail Knight, we can spread out once again. Get a little bit more done here. So, these guys should be able to go after those Knights of the Realm. Iron Hail should be able to shoot at that. You shoot at the Knight of the Realm. And this single cannon that is online can fire at the Grail Knights a little bit. Jade Lancers running down all these guys, making sure they go off the map. All these random peasants are making sure that those guys go off the map. Other random peasants are coming over here. Grail Knights, not Grail Knights, but Iron Hail Gunners need to separate out for when the Grail Knights do come back. Jade Lancers could chase that down. Jade Lancers are back over here, could chase that down. Still chasing off all those guys, which is fine. Jade Lancers are back. Those are the Grail Knights? Okay, shoot the Grail Knights. But Iron Hail Gunners are pouring damage into them. Their heal cap is almost here. There's only so much they can do about it. Dodge that. You come with me. You come with me. Jade Lancers routed from the thought of fighting Peasant Bowmen. Dodge that. Saturating the area with random peasants. Also trying to get the Iron Hail's leadership up. Okay, so we routed these Knights of the Realm. I'm hoping my Jade Lancers can get through here. Okay, Iron Hail Gunners can defend themselves. These cannons are going to get back online. Oh my fucking god. Yes, we know you're being strangely difficult about this. Iron Hail Gunners do need to fire at those Pegasus Knights. Of course they're facing the wrong fucking way for no reason. All the rest of you go shoot at those Grail Knights. You also shoot at Fey Enchantress who's coming straight at you. Good damage onto her. Now ignore her and shoot the Grail Knights. Somehow that Pegasus Knight is still alive. And the Iron Hail Gunners are getting back into range. You are done chasing them down. You guys are still just chasing around a bunch of peasants, and that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. Cannon's back online. Iron Hails and the other cannon are back online. Iron Hail's still teeing off into those guys. Okay. Fey Enchantress is now surrounded by a shitload of random spear peasants. Jade Lancers have shattered off those guys. Peasants are smoking the Fey Enchantress. That's what you get for fighting real spears! Real spears! Pegasus Knights should finally fucking die. There they go. Alright. Grail Knights running away from my Jade Lancers means they're getting rear charged. They will maybe someday rout. Never mind, they're fine, they're chill. But I do have Iron Hails ready to catch these guys. I just need them to fire one volley and we'll win this game. There's one volley. We have won this game. GG. That's my build versus Bretonnia. Have fun with that for the last couple weeks before none of it matters. Is that 2 Grail Knights? It was a Grail Knight and a Knight of the Realm. And a Pegasus Knight. A strangely persistent Pegasus Knight. Grail Knights are fixed. This is on the live patch. This is the same patch everybody's playing on. GG. So we did it. We won a thing. And let's hop over to left screen. As I see if Sabrus and Cool Umbrella have started or not, I will be fighting the winner of Blood Penguin versus the Phoenix King. And it looks like Cool Umbrella and Sabrus may have played without us if the messages I'm receiving. Oh, never mind. All right, there's a miscommunication. Umbrella and Sabrus should be playing any second now. We'll hop in there with them. Always tempted to Grail Knight cheese randos online, but never do. It is a... It sucks because Grail Knights are a very fun unit, but they're currently quite broken. The Duel of NC. Is NC Grandfather Umbrella versus NC's Sabrus Regnum. We'll see who will advance to finals. Oi! Oi! Don't know why my bitrate is pooping. It makes me sad. And if you've been watching the whole stream, you're like, you've said that a million times. I know! But every time I look over at the left-hand screen, I see the bitrate being poop, and it makes me sad. Umbrella went Dark Elves, Vampire Coast, and Ogre Kingdoms. Banned Dwarves, Tomb Kings, and Grand Cathay. Honestly, Grail Knights aren't strong enough. Lies. Lies and slander. Lies and absolute slander. I hard countered those Grail Knights and they still paid for themselves and then paid for themselves half again. I refuse your lies. The lies of the Jedi are more palatable. And where can I get it? It's good crack. It's good crack. That Walter White. Dwarfs are too strong? I think Thoric is too strong. The rest of the Dwarven roster is fine, in my opinion. But honestly, I don't play a lot of Dwarves, and I don't see a lot of Dwarves to really get a good opinion. The only Dwarves I get to fight are Sabruses, and Sabrus fucking loves Thoric. Which, like, he takes a lot of Thoric and Gotrek and Felix and stuff, but I don't know. I don't like to base an entire faction strength off of playing one guy. I don't know if other people play dwarves. Sabrus messages me sometimes, and he's like, "These other fucks playing dwarves and losing. Those pieces of shit." But, I've not gotten to play these other casual Dowie enjoyers. Only the master himself. Only the original Saber's Regnum. I lose to him very often. When he plays dwarves, I have a quite difficult time winning. I won on stream recently with Zinch versus his dwarves, but it's not really indicative of our entire history. I think he probably has like an 80 to 90% win rate on dwarves versus me. He brought Lord in 20 stack. That's a lot of dwarves. That's a lot of dwarves. Did you fight Sabrus? Oh yeah, Koala Duck. Yeah, you fought Sabrus. You did done fight the dwarves. Alright, he's going Vampire Counts, banning Dark Elf. So it's Vampire Counts versus Coast or Ogre Kingdoms. I'd probably go Ogre Kingdoms. Oh shit, he's going Coast. What the fuck? Alright, Coast versus Counts. Not a bad matchup. I mean, I haven't seen it for a super long time, but the couple times I've seen it in Game 3, it's not as degenerate as it could be. It's usually actually pretty sporting. I'm gonna grab a beverage that is more up to date, in that this one is empty. That makes me sad. BRB. Goodbye. Love you. Alright, they haven't started yet. We're getting turned. Got myself some cranberry lemonade vodka. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. It's not a pre-mix. I make my own drinks. We need what we need is for Cuden to return and host his 2v2 tournaments. Because those were lit. No, that right there. That is delicious. John B., I do not appreciate you slandering me in such a fashion. I do not appreciate it. I do not like it. You will stop this instant. Or don't. It's fine. Dude, I'm the only person that finds me funny, and I'm okay with it. Hummus boy, what are you drinking? Cranberry lemonade vodka mix. I'm the only person that finds me funny, and I'm completely fine with it. My latest Discord joke that I cannot get enough of, and I know people that have been hanging around me have seen it plenty, and they're all like, oh, so funny. The 50th time I see it, so funny. But I fucking love it. Where, like, the joke is I'll edit the message after whoever read it and change it to something normal. So Blood Penguin messages me, and Blood Penguin's a treasure. I've never had a negative interaction with him. He messages me, and he's like, hello! We are opponents and stuff. And my response is, what the fuck do you want, peasant? And I switch it to, oh, hey, Penguin. What's up? Oh god, somebody's gonna take me seriously one of these days, and I'm gonna have a whole fit on my hands. I'm gonna have like a whole thing. But yeah, I have to fight Penguin next. That'll be tough. Unironically, I think the Vampire Coast has a pretty significant build advantage. Looking at the build on load-in, I am not a believer. I think this is doomed. For the Vampire Coast, we do have a front line of deckhand mobs, some with swords, some with pole arms. We do have 3 gun crabs, one of which is the ROR, Lamprey's Revenge, that heals itself. We have an animated Hulk, a single Cyrene, a Vampire Fleet Admiral with pole arms, of vampires with healing and the summon, on foot with Van Horseman's Speculum to make all the Vampire Counts units have less stats. And we do have the Gallows Giant Necrofax Colossus. This big bad boy is currently bugged and has a whopping 88 ammunition, so that shit is never running out, ever. Ever. That is just not running out. It's not possible. Don't know why it's bugged, but it is. On the other side, for the Vampire Counts, we have a rather unique build. I will give it credit for that. It's very unique. We have a whole bunch of Crypt Ghouls, some of which have an interesting formation they have chosen. Okay. We have 5 Crypt Ghouls, all with triple gold chevrons, one of which is the Feasters and Dusk ROR. We also have a bunch of zombies, one of which is the Tithe. The other zombies also have bronze chevrons. We have 2 corpse carts, one with Balefire, both with Balefire actually, which gives you magic and flaming damage. And flame resist, that'll be good against the Gallows Giant. We have a single Terrorgeist, Vlad von Karstein, double White King, and the Stearnsman. I just don't see the killing power. I don't see it. The Vampire Coast are gonna, the Counts are gonna walk into the coast, they're gonna slowly die, and they will lose the game. That's my prediction. All right, armies are advancing. I got a message. I was wondering if it was about this game. It is not. Counts brought Vlad the Dad. If they don't win, they lose. If they don't lose, wait. If they lose, they win in spirit. That might be the only thing about this build that is hard. Is it might be difficult to kill Vlad. Also, side note, can anybody tell me if you can hear the in-game audio? It's quiet for me in my headset, but I don't know if my volume's just low, like, on my computer, or if it's low for everybody. It's like, the ratio I was going for is I should be, like, 50% louder than the game, so you can hear me even if, like, cannons are firing. But I do want you to be able to hear the game to fill in the silences when I just sit here and stare at zombies walking at each other like this. Crypt ghouls sneaking around, trying to get some things done. Oh, they lagged for just a second there. Just a second. Gallows Giant is sauntering forward, ready to shoot at the zombies. I don't know what he's afraid of or why he's backing off. Like, he could walk up and just shoot the zombies for free. Think Kislev's gonna be hella good this patch? Yeah, their DLC units look pretty fucking sweet. Audio is low. I'll give it 5%. Gallows Giant still probably needs to just go get free value, because I'm sure, like, obviously, Umbrella can see that this army that's in front of him shouldn't cost all of the money, so he's wondering where, like, a third of the enemy's funds are, and if he can't see it, then there's only one unit on the Vampire Counts roster that's stocked, so I'm pretty sure he knows these Crypt Ghouls are around. For the game, I meant? Yeah, I just turned the game audio up. Gallows Giant gets a quick little shot off onto the tie. That's pretty fine. But now Umbrella knows for sure what's going on. The Crypt Ghouls are all behind him. Terrorgeist is diving in, and I wonder if the crabs just walk up and immediately insta-kill that thing. This could be a bad time to be alive. I imagine we'll get the Van Horst Speculum to lower its melee defense down significantly. It's already taken a bunch of damage. Lamper's Revenge plowing into the back line. The zombies try and hold. Gallows Giant continues to fire, and the Terrorgeist is actually going to escape his fate. He took some decent little pokey poke. Those crabs are eating Crypt Ghouls for breakfast. Triple gold chevrons or not, they are dead as hell. Quick overcast of skeletons onto the Gallows Giant. We'll see how much that even matters, as it is going to try and get one shot onto the Sternsman across the front line. For some reason, it still fires at the edge of the formation, so it doesn't really get that much damage down, but Terrorgeist is now trying to land as a summon is cast onto a summon, just to make sure that you really understand that there are summons being summoned here. Another quick lag Spikerino. In the back line, the Crypt Ghouls are not having a good time. One is almost dead, one is half HP. Let's see how this continues to pan out. More crabs are coming over for the Terrorgeist. And the Terrorgeist tries to waddle its way out of here. The main thing I'm concerned about is what kills Vlad the Chad Dad. Umbrella is up about 2-1 in damage value right now. Erotic Prometheans taking some damage from fighting the Tithe and the single entities, but mostly the Tithe. I'm going to say it's the Tithe. Gallows Giant gets a nasty shot down onto those Crypt Ghouls. Takes about half HP off of them. That is super hit and miss. If it goes center of mass, it can do a ton of damage, even though its fire is super bugged and you don't see it flying half the time. But if it shoots something coming straight at it, it'll aim for the side for no reason. The mystery of the disappearing fire aside, that is half health off the Crypt Ghouls. Good for you, good for you. Umbrella still 2-1 on damage value across the entire thing. Terrorgeist still down to about half HP. Rotting Prometheans are up here damaging it. Another overcasted Skeleton Warriors is out from Vlad. And I wonder why we're getting skeletons instead of just a zombie summon. I guess to try and deal some damage, but it doesn't... I've never been super impressed with skeletons as an overcast. It just feels like risk to your caster and more Winds of Magic. Gallows Giant still cooking fools, and with that bugged ammunition, it has 82 out of 88 shots left. It is fine. Also, it has the extra powder. As long as its ammunition is above 80%, it gets all that extra stuff. Well, with the bugged ammunition, I think it's going to be always above 80%. Because look, most of its ammunition is that green stuff, as if it's getting a buff from something. So I don't think it counts as its base ammunition. So I think extra powder is just going to be active the whole fucking game. Animated Hulks are in here trying to hold Vlad back. They did push it off of the Vampire Fleet Admiral. Syrene's joining the fight against the Crypt Ghouls, and Lamper's Revenge returning now. Out of those triple gold chevron crypt ghouls, another one just faded away. So there are 2 dead, 2 almost dead, and the Feasters in the Dusk are at like half HP. That is a lot of gold down the drain. How's the zombie frontline doing? The Sternsmen are chilling. The zombie's not having such a good time. So we'll see. Skeleton warriors are out. Another skeleton warrior summon. Vlad is only summoning skeletons. Jesus. That's how much Winds of Magic is that to summon a skeleton? It's 6. Oh, really? It's 1 more Wind of Magic to get a skeleton? That's kind of neat. Okay, that's good. That's a good tech piece. That's definitely worth it. I thought it was way more than fucking 1 more Wind of Magic to summon a skeleton. That is super worth it. All right, we're learning things today. Cool. I mean, the damage to Vlad is still a little risky, depending on if you get into a hyper late game situation where his heal cap is all it's keeping you in the game. It's risky, but like for only 1 more Wind of Magic, that's probably worth. Especially because Vlad's gonna heal cap anyway, so I don't know. It's tricky, but I get it more now. I did a little bit of research. It's looking okay. Overcasted Invocation to Heck. Dude, you are overcasting everything. Sabrus is living super dangerously. He's living on the edge. As the Feasters in the Dusk are gonna fade away, so do the rest of the Crypt Ghouls. Gallows Giant still at 80 ammunition. Still firing away. Now it probably just wants to turn its attention to the Sternsmen. Rotting Prometheans are actually getting quite low, so that is a good thing for the counts that I can say. And the counts are slightly ahead on the balance of power as they have caught up in gold damage value. They're still about 1,000 down, but they're not, 2 to 1 like they used to be. So that's fine. And the coast front line is starting to fade away a little bit. The Terror Goose is somehow chilling. I don't know where his heal cap is, but it's got to be getting close. And nothing can handle Vlad still. One of the crabs is faded. Another crab actually did fade. So we have an animated Hulk, the Lamprey's Revenge. And that is it for High Mass. Another Skeleton Warrior summon, so for Vlad, that does make it. He has 2 summons left overall. The Terrorgeist is back onto our friend, the Gallows Giant. One of the Corpse Cart's heal cap is within sight. Slowly getting poked down. Corpse Carts do it for generation, which makes them superior in every way to the Cathay War Drum. Fuck you, Cathay War Drum. Gallows Giant is getting whittled down. Vampire counts pulling further ahead in the bounce power. They have caught up on damage value, which is pretty huge. And these Sternsmen now have fire and magical attacks, which is really brutal against the crabs. The crabs who do rely on, well, the Lampreys at least rely on healing, which makes them weak to fire. Terrorgeist still taking big damage. Gallows Giant also not favoring that fight too much. The Polearm Admiral is here to help out a little bit as zombie summons fight zombie summons. Gallows Giant tries to get a big shot down onto the Sternsman. Gets a little bit of damage to the Terrorgeist, accidentally blocks some with its face before diving back in to fight the Gallows Giant while Vlad fights the Polearm's caster, and that is looking really brutal. Corpse Cart's about to die. But the Lamprey's Revenge are actually much more needed over here than they are in this weird bump and grind infantry fight. They have to leave. They have to come over here and help out the Gallows Giant. Because if the Gallows Giant lives through this fight, then it can kill the Sternsman. But if it dies, I don't know if you can kill the Sternsman with the crabs alone, especially if they're buffed up with fire damage. Polearm's caster is chilling. He throws out a quick invocation to heck onto the Gallows Giant to try and keep that big bad boy alive. He turns and he is going to try and fire at the Sternsman. But are there too many dead crabs in the way? Will they block the damage? No, they will not. All right. Down to half HP for the Sternsman. Gallows Giant gets singled out yet again by that Terror Goose, but Polearm caster right behind it. Sirene's on top of it. They will do their charm to lower its melee attack and push it back once more as the Gallows Giant continues to try and get shots off onto the Sternsman. The Vampire Coast Blob is faltering. Another huge shot from the Gallows Giant onto the Sternsman. Excellent stuff there. And I saw a breath attack go from the Terrorgeist, which actually might have just done more damage over to friendly fire. Another big shot from the Gallows Giant, taking out the Sternsman and potentially saving this game for the Vampire Coast. The Sternsmen are gone, and these are skeleton summons, which I think that was Vlad's last one. Vlad is out of summons, so after the summons fade away, there is no more infantry in this game for the Vampire Counts, which means no chaff whatsoever to protect them. Corpse Cart's getting worked down. Terrorgeist is coming back to the fight. The Gallows Giant is running away to do something. Meanwhile, Vlad is currently beating the shit out of the Vampire Fleet Admiral. So the Vampire Fleet Admiral needs to back off. Vlad is not someone you fuck with. Really not. Lamprey's Revenge is barely hanging on to life. I wonder where the Invocations and the Heck go from the Coast. And also, the Coast haven't used a lot of summons, have they? I feel like they have used a lot of summons. Wow. They must have just been using the non-pistol variant, because I have not seen a lot of summons out. Lamprey's Revenge getting real low, though. Master Beguilement bringing their melee attack down to a pathetic 8. They are just not getting a lot done. Skelly Summon has 34 seconds left to live. But it doesn't look like the Coast has too much to really take advantage after they fade away. Gallows Giant kind of whiffs its attack animations for no reason at all. And if there was an Invocation to Heck for the Lampreys, maybe they could heal up enough to stop crumbling and then get a little bit more health behind them as they fight this Corpse Cart to the death. But I don't know if they're going to get that healing in time. They're dipping. They're dipping. The Gallows Giant's getting murdered at the moment. Syreens also aren't having a particularly good time. Lamprey's Revenge are gone, and that is army losses. And the Counts will win. Honestly shocked. I'm very shocked. Gallows Giant did great. Gallows Giant did his damnedest. 6 SE, I think Corpse Carts are exempt. I don't think Corpse Carts count towards single entities. Gallows Giant did great. Vampire Fleet Admiral with Polearms, I guess he didn't get that much done. His summons really didn't have any value. That held him back. Crabs did well. Animated Hulks did fine. Zombies did fine. But yeah, the Lord didn't do too much. Vlad did fine. Terrorgeist actually did really well. White Kings did pretty well. Sternsman did well. The Crypt Ghouls got completely fucking dumpstered. And Zombies did well. GG. GG. Sabrus will be in the finals. I'm gonna go fight Blood Penguin. Let's do it. I don't see his lobby, so I'm just gonna host one. Let's do this. This is the semifinals. This is the last best of one of the stream, and there will be a best of 3 final between whoever wins between me and Penguin versus Sabrus Regna. I know the blocker is not the current stream, but I don't have art for the current stream. What's the map? Southern Chaos Wastes? Okay. That didn't look like Southern Chaos Wastes that we just played on, but I'll allow it to pass. And he has to pick first, not me. Not me. You just spent an hour in Baldur's Gate trying to be a single fight, didn't make it. Damn. That's brutal. I'm sorry on your behalf, Larry Mad. I have lost the Penguinator. He's gone. Gone to the reaches of time. Hey, Booge. One might say I'm quite the mad Larry right now. inspired me to drink tonight. I am apparently a bad influence on a lot of people. All right, Penguin's here. You might have heard a little echo from me. I was checking to make sure my audio sounded okay. Vodka plus water plus lemon juice. Is that a thing? I've actually been drinking lime juice and water occasionally. I haven't added vodka to it. So what do we play tonight? Skaven and Grand Cathay. Okay, we'll see what Blood Penguin's picks and bans are. See if anything we haven't played yet. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Drinking sounds like fun. Alright. It's aight. Ryan McDonald, true. Antoyevich, I have genetic liver disease. So when I drink, I just have one drink. So I never really go get all fucked up. All fucked up! Penguin went Empire, Kislev, and Chaos Dwarves. Bans Skaven, Dark Elves, and Dwarves. Empire, Kislev, and Chaos Dwarves. Could go Bretonnia, but honestly, I haven't practiced them much. I don't feel like it. Empire, Kislev, and Chaos Dwarves. Empire, Kislev, Chaos Dwarves. What do I feel like playing? Oh, let's do some High Elves. Let's do some High Elves. Hell yeah. High Elves. Oh, my game crashed again. It's definitely me at this point. I wonder if reinstalling from a certain different area might have caused some corruption. High Elves ban Empire. I'm 8 deep. Hope y'all keeping up. That is something everybody can get behind. Yeah, dude. Strange thumbnail. I didn't have one for tonight. Don't yell at me. Don't. Alright, kids. If CA ever offers you a beta patch, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. This is what happens. This is what happens when you try betas. Not even once. I just can't pick High Elves. That is hilarious. I know why. I know what the problem is. I think I know how to fix it. I think the High Elf build that it's trying to load doesn't exist. So we have to make one. Real quick. Damn it! It's even in my script. No! It's even in my other thing. I just can't play fucking High Elves. Are you serious? No way. Even in my Skirmish versus AI, the default high elf build apparently has some stuff that you can't pick, huh? And if I try to load a build, yeah, if I try to load a build, it crashes. Okay, okay. So there's very certain things we can't do. Okay. Uh-huh. 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 So, do we reinstall all of Warhammer 3, or do we accept we can't load builds or play High Elves tonight? Seeming pretty fucking sus. Skirmish versus AI. So can I pick any other faction? Can't pick Dark Elves. That's also very cool. So picking a different faction is literally not possible for me. But why? Warhammer 3, right click, properties, installed files, verify integrity of game files. How long is that going to take? How long is that going to take? Oh, it's doing its best. That's fucked up. I'm already at 15%, so this is going pretty fast, relatively. Yeah, this is what you get. You get a fucking countdown. Designed for an NAS, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like the part where trying to load or pick a faction destroys my computer. Because I was thinking the problem was probably that whatever build it's trying to load has different stats than the live version of the game. But that wouldn't explain why I kept crashing whenever I would try to select any faction. Like, I tried to select Dark Elves, which I know for a fact I never opened in the mysterious other. I never opened Dark Elves, so I don't know why that build would be outdated. This is shit. It's all shit. %. Oh, all right. Here's something we could talk about. That will make you people forgive me for having to verify my game files. Does anybody else know what video comes out tomorrow? What video is it that comes out tomorrow? Unless I did my math wrong and I'm baiting you all for literally no reason. Huh. As I scroll down suspiciously far in the queue, is that an hour-long lore video about Alethanar? Murderer, cannibal, wolfman, sorcerer. Okay, we have some generic fantasy music in the background. It is me, and it is probably a still image of an elf. So you know what time it is. It is more lore. So we have Alethanar tomorrow. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. People will enjoy that. I will say Alethanar was the one I was least confident if people will like, because it was tough to not just list events that happened to him. It was tough to actually like break away from that, but you kind of need to list all the events that happened to him. He's a really weird guy. He's a very weird guy. He's kind of an asshole. Which, oh, that's another thing, actually. I thought I had to... So, I talked on last stream about Imrik being a badass. Yeah, it turns out Calidor just sucks. Calidor sucks. Black Knight, if you're out there, Imrik sucks, Calidor sucks, everything sucks. So that Imrik wasn't the Imrik in our game. That was a previous Imrik. But, here's the fucked up part. Calidor is named after Calidor Dragon Tamer, who fought alongside Anarion. And then, when he became... Okay. When he became Imrik... When Imrik became the Phoenix King, he took the name Calidor. You're playing with these mods. I don't want to play with any mods. Mod manager, turn off. But it says I don't have any mods. Why? Subscribed items. No matching items. Then why did the thing tell me I had the mod on? I don't have the mod on. That was stupid. Okay. Anyway. So Imrik names himself Calidor after the Dragon Tamer when he becomes the Phoenix King. And then he's actually Imrik. And then all of his sons after that point name themselves Imrik in his honor. So the Imrik we know is like the fourth Imrik. So all of the Calidor line are either named Imrik or Calidor, which makes it really fucking confusing to do anything. Damn it! Dark Elves still break it! Fuck! Why? Why do they still break it? Jesus Christ. Do the lore videos do well for the channel? Fine. They do fine. Okay, we're just gonna have to find... I'm going to have to just find a faction that doesn't crash. Because I verified my game files and it wasn't that. Okay, skirmish versus AI. Select race. How about greenskins? Greenskins work? We're playing greenskins. I'm playing greenskins, I guess. Play greenskins, I guess. I guess that's a faction I'm allowed to play. Oh my god, I am sorry about this. I don't know what the fuck's going on. CA made my game wildly unstable. What did you break? Hey Platty. So I'm not allowed to pick any of the Elven factions, or my game just completely crashes. I'm also not allowed to... I'm also just not allowed to load builds or do anything. Hi, Platty. Let's try this again, children. Why would you want to pick elves? I wanted to play high elves. It sounded like a fun time. Guess not. What have you done? Goji, I didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing. And if I did do something, you can't prove it. I'd like to see you try and prove it. Okay. So Blood Penguin and I have played this before. I'm wondering if he's going to take the same build. And if he does, what do I intend to do about it? Because that answer might be bad. 5, so we'll do that, and then we'll grab some of these. Then we'll grab one of those. But then what? It was hummus in the library with Hazel. Was Hazel the murder weapon? Okay. Actually, no. Blood Penguin hasn't played this against me before. I was thinking of the Gentle Rat. Uh, yeah. Okay. He might play this a little different. But I still have the same problems that I need to deal with. Okay, so we have those. That seems fine. Pretty much full build. I don't see why I even have to be here at this point. What to do about that stinky Iron Demon? And any flyers. Sounds like Orc Horror Boy territory, but I don't know. They've disappointed me several times. What is Tzeentch? What is in the screen blocker? What the? Oh, TL, it's Tactical Lich. I'm fighting a best of 7 with him on Tuesday on the new patch. And that'll be fun. But everybody shush, I need to kill some large targets right now. That could be good. That could be good. Okay. Sure. How much does it cost to get Fanatics in this place? 525? That is way too much. Too much. What do I even do with 70 gold? What if Wurzels dies? Guess I'm just SOL. Chevrons! Chevrons! Too many chevrons. Too many chevrons. Back it up. Seriously? Good enough. No, I need the leaf cutters. If I don't have the leaf cutters, I lose. Alright, we're good. I have very little confidence this could work, but this was not the matchup I wanted. I wanted High Elves into Chaos Dwarves, and I was denied that by a horribly unstable game. So now I'm just taking what I can get. And if you don't like it, boo. But Human Boy, this matchup's really bad. It's one of the ones I can take. Can't take High Elves, can't take Dark Elves, can't take Beastmen. They'll crash. We can take so far we found out we can take Cathay, we can take Skaven, we can take Greenskins. We are getting very pigeonholed in what factions we can take. Oh god. For the sake of the stream, I hope I lose the Blood Penguin so he can go to the finals and pick whatever he wants. Because if I have to play Minesweeper with Sabres for a best of 3 to figure out what fucking factions I'm allowed to take, this is gonna get spicy. Alright, hopefully Penguin will be done with his build soon. Sorry for the delay due to technical difficulties. I accept none of the blame. It's all Penguin's fault. Surprise single faction tournament for Hubby? Yeah, we're getting limited. So we know Dark Elves and High Elves and Beastmen cause crashes. We know Greenskin, Skaven, and Grand Cathay can be played. Alright. Alright. Oh boy. Oh no. I don't know what's causing the crash though. The Dark Elves doesn't make any sense. The High Elves, I maybe get why I'm crashing, but Dark Elves, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. It's stupid. Everything's stupid. Let's do it! So the build I struggled really hard against was 2 sorcerers, one of fire and one of death, both on Bale Taurus mounts, or just the, you know, they're on the bull mounts. And then Iron Demon. So then you had these big single entities that were really tough to deal with. Wurzag was getting Spirit Leech and Fireball on cooldown. And I killed the rest of the build, but the 3 single entities could kill pretty much everything I had. So to try and compensate for that, I once brought Armor Sundering Archers and anti-large armor-piercing cav. I netted down the large targets whenever they landed. I shot them with the Armor Sundering missiles, and I surrounded them with the cav, gave the cav all the buffs in the world, and did what I could. The cav did 0 damage for literally no reason, because Boar Boy Biggins are a fickle mistress. Some games they're amazing, other games they are dog shit. Don't know why, but it is what it is. So now, we're putting our faith in a more reliable god. A god that everybody who has ever taken has always been completely happy with, has never had any issues. The giant fucking spider! No one has ever complained of her fickle leadership or her janky attack animations at times or not turning around because her body is huge. No! Everyone has been constantly pleased about the giant spider god. So we brought one. Enemy troop count is high. Let's do it. I think I'm most worried about, like, multiple Infernal Ironsworn, because if there's just one, I can Spinning Wounds on them with the 8 peak wounds. If there's a lot, this could get tricky. Have some Goblin Archers for general harass on large single entities if I need to. I also have the Armor Sundering Archers, which again, good harass if I need to. We do have Boar Boy Biggins and Boar Boys to secure the flanks against Hobgoblin Wolf Riders or Bull Centaurs. Because with Wurzag's buffs, they'll be fine. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what this is. We'll see if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough. I'm not pretending to know if it's enough. I didn't want to be here. I wanted to play High Elves. Don't give me that look. I see you. Don't give me that look. Disappointed dad-ass look. I didn't do anything. I was gonna bring Altharion the Grim. Y'all would have been proud of me. I was. You think I wasn't? I was. He's the only High Elf Lord I play right now. He's very fun. You can't blame me for this. Gork and Mork tied my hands. They were like, you will play this matchup again. And I said, please, I don't want to. Don't make me. God, I hate this matchup. Alright, let's see. Let's do it. Stay loose. Stay loose. Don't focus so hard on dumb bullshit that you fuck up your micro like you always do. What if Blood Penguin's cheating? I never considered that. What if he's Void Lulls? That lava doesn't look quite right. That lava doesn't, that doesn't look like how lava do. You have a whole 38 people cheering for you? Alright. Let's go. Let's do it. I see, so my opponent's strategy is to refuse to ready up. Even after he told me he was ready. Alright, what do we have? Drazoth the Ashen. Cool. Some blunderbusses, Infernal Ironsworn, the Blazing Beards, Hobgoblin Archers, Chaos Dwarf Warriors, and some Hobgoblin Wolf Riders with spears. Okay. So his mobility is pretty lacking. Good dodges from my opponent so far. Squig's gonna move up. Spider's gonna move up. My boar boys will also move up. Okay, and the blasting charges are doing blasting charge things to me. Alright. Let's get some of this going. Doing my best to dodge around that shit. One of you come with me, the other one goes straight into that. Okay, so you guys are doing your best. Pop that. You guys just need to go disrupt those blunderbusses so I don't have to deal with them. Archer's moving up. Archer's moving up. Swoop, 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 swoop. That right there is a wah. And these boar boy biggins can go do that. Still trying to route these guys. There we go. You come help me with these Ironsworn. Warzag will be here too. Night goblins are moving up. Regular goblins are moving back up after they all routed for a little bit. They went on a bit of a sojourn. I want this big boy to come over here and do some dueling while spiders do a little bit of that disruption. I'm gonna give the squigs some more melee stats. I'm gonna throw another spin out into these Ironsworn. You don't need to be chasing that no more. You guys can move up over there. You come back to me. You guys go over there. You guys go over here. I have a boar boy somewhere. Oh, boar boy. Ow. My poor little spider rider. He is taking big damage. Okay. These Infernal Ironsworn are being a bit of a fucking problem. Why can't I use my net? Why did it cancel? Alright, spider routed. Things are going pretty poorly. I did mention at the very start that I would be worried about Infernal Ironsworn, and then we ran into Infernal Ironsworn, and I had a bad fucking time. So I should not be surprised. Just popping that out for those guys. Infernal Ironsworn still taking forever to die. Archers can move on to the last blunderbuss. Have some troops back that could try to intercept those hobgoblins. Big breath attack fucks up my rusty errors, and that is looking like GG, my friends. Ugh. Boar boys, you disappointed me yet again. No matter how many stat buffs I give you, if you can't kill basic ass armored infantry with your armor piercing, then you are beyond my help. I hate boar boys. I hate them. They are necessary and I need them, but I also despise them with every fiber of my being because they have betrayed me 5 too many times. I hate boar boys. Boar boys are poop. Oh god, this matchup's terrible for greenskins. Because if they have Ironsworn, even Wurzag can't give Squigs enough buffs to get through them. Ironsworn are just too tanky. So I need like Black Orcs, but if I take Black Orcs, then my build gets really, really narrow. And all the single entities of the Chaos Dwarves are completely resistant to Black Orcs. Yeah, I don't know. Some people say you just need to spam archers, but I mean, I had 3 and they did okay. So I don't know what you do about Infernal Ironsworn. Go. I think the biggest problem is just boar boys sucking against Chaos Dwarves. But you still need them, because if they go Bull Centaur Renders and you don't have any mobility, they're just bad. Doom Divers, baby. Are Doom Divers any fucking good, Umbrella? Also, Umbrella, since you're here, boar boys, I am officially, I'm officially resigning from the Church of Boar Boys. I have tried to believe for so long, and I have been disappointed for also so fucking long. Boar boys are ass, man. They can't fucking do anything. The only thing they're good at fighting is other cavalry if Wurzag buffs the shit out of them, and the other cavalry also sucks. They're so bad, man! I don't know. They're trash. They're just trash. Oh well. GG, Blood Penguin. GG. GG. Sometimes I feel like we have different versions of the game. I can't get boar boys to fucking kill anything. I don't know why. Because they're bad against infantry. They're against cavalry. They're bad against archers. They're bad against large single entities. Like boar boy biggins too are just terrible against single entities. I don't know. Because I had those ones that were fighting Drazov and some Chaos Dwarf Warriors, but the Chaos Dwarf Warriors just completely fucking bodied them. They didn't do any damage to Drazov. I also had them... I was talking to you in DMs about that High Elf game. I cannot beat High Elves with greenskins. I can't. I've tried. I've beaten, not beaten. I've netted down a Dragon Lord that wasn't even Imric in the Boar Boy Biggin ROR. And the Boar Boy Biggin ROR just shit its pants and didn't do anything. I mean, I sent you the post-game screen where it was literally just the Dragon Lord and the Boar Boy Biggin ROR and Wurzag. I gave the Boar Boy Biggins all the buffs I could. I netted the Dragon Lord that landed. And it tried to land on Wurzag. I netted it, rear charged it with all the Boar Boys. And it just killed them all. It just killed them all. And they didn't even fucking pay for themselves. It was, oh, I fucking hate it, dude. I hate board boys. They're that, like, they're kind of a classic example of, oh, what the actual fuck. I have to go into settings to do this now? Why would you update something and just make it factually worse? XSplit Y. Okay, sorry. Still struggling with the streaming software update that just made my entire setup way fucking worse. Normally, to change this text that I'm changing right now, I just have to click on it, and then it'll pop up a little window that lets me change the text. Now, after the update, which an update, by the way, an update is supposed to improve things. In the update, I now have to go to a drop-down menu, go to settings, go to change text, and then change it. So, good fucking job with the update. You somehow managed to break all of my settings and make the product worse, which is cool. It's cool. I love that you did that. XSplit, you fucks. Let me know when you want to play it. High Elves? You'd have to play Lenorm. I'm not actually a very good High Elf player, so it wouldn't be a good test. Board boys are weird, though. They're a perfect example of that unit that I mention sometimes in Total War, where, like, certain units just look way different for different people. Scourge-Runner Chariots are another one. Some people can make Scourge-Runner Chariots look incredible. Other people, Scourge-Runner Chariots just do absolutely nothing. And they've kind of always been that way. Skirmish Cav in general. I bitched to my mods last week or early this week. I was bitching to my mods because I had 4 Marauder Horsemen of Khorne throwing at a Kislev Bear Blob. They used all of their ammunition on the giant Kislev Ice Bear and the Regiment of Renown Bear Riders. They used all of their ammunition. And my throwing axes of Khorne, which is arm-piercing missiles, did not pay for themselves. Don't know how. No idea how they didn't pay for themselves. Throwing all of your ammunition at Regiment of Renown Bears and the giant Elemental Bear didn't pay for themselves. Don't know how. Don't know. Some people make Skirmish Cavalry look fucking OP. Some people sit 4 armor-piercing Skirmish Cavalry outside of a melee blob, use all of their ammunition, and don't pay for themselves. Does Kislev have some kind of damage resistance spell or ability? I think they have one, but I believe he brought the ice sheet. Slow. Oh, he brought Heart of Winter because he was bear blobbing. Yeah, he brought Heart of Winter. It was just tragic. Sorry, I was answering a question on Discord. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a larger point of just, like, everyone's experienced it, where certain people like certain units and certain people can make certain units work. And when certain other people try to make those units work, they just can't. And it could be a playstyle thing, it could be luck, it could be whatever, but certain people just seem to jive. And, like, I think the best example would be you with the Nurgle. right? You like Nurgle, you play with Nurgle, you say Nurgle's good. I watch anybody else play Nurgle and it looks awful. It looks like just a wasted faction. And I'm like, okay, I think this faction sucks. And then you play it and you do fine. And it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's neat. But that seems to just be kind of your thing. You know what I mean? And there are some people that can make, like, skirmish work. That's less rare. Like, there are plenty of people that can make skirmish work, but I'm just not one of them. Though I will say it was funny that someone pointed out to me, I was trying to make gutter runners and night runners work for a long time. And someone pointed out to me recently when I was just, like, completely losing my damn mind that Skaven were ass. Like, none of my range units were working, and I go, for a while there, I was trying to use fucking gutter runners, but I can never get those fuckers to throw. I just can't. And someone pointed out there's a bug with gutter runners that I didn't know of. That if they have fire at will on or something while they're running away, they won't throw. You'd have to ask them for the specific bug, but I'm like, ugh, God, that would track. That would track that for once I'm trying to use skirmish units, and the ones I picked to use were bugged. Yeah. Another good example of those units that are like wildly different person to person or even game to game is why am I forgetting them? It's a demonic unit. Bloodletters. Bloodletters are really strange. I forget who was using them that inspired me to start using them about a month ago, but someone was using Bloodletters and they would fight almost to the last man and they wouldn't lose leadership very easily and they wouldn't demonic instability crumble or something like that. And then I tried them and I had this one game where Bloodletters were awesome. They were super great. I was like, this is great. And then I lost the next 5 games in a row taking dog shit ass Bloodletters and just getting massacred. Because, like, they'd take, you know, a little bit of damage, and they'd be like, ah, fuck it, and demonic instability crumble to die. And I'm like, what? Last game, you guys were unbreakable super chads, and now this game, you're all just fucking dead. I don't know. Game's weird, man. Game's weird. I also feel like I probably just burnt out on greenskins because I played a lot of greenskins in the middle of this last patch. I was having decent success on them. And that happens to me a lot where if I play something too much, things just stop working and I'm not really sure why. And I'm sure if you backed up and analyzed every little thing, it's probably just like... It's probably some sort of mistake. Like, obviously something's there. I'm not saying the game is just broken. But this happens to me all the time, where if you play a faction too much, just it feels like it loses the sauce. It loses the heat. And none of your units feel like they do anything anymore. Well, could be that. Because I've been having a ton of success on Norska, High Elves, Skaven, now that I've switched much more to a Wolfrat and Rush style build, I don't play super defensive anymore with Skaven. So Norska, Skaven been having a ton of success. Demons of Chaos have been having a ton of success. High Elves have been having a ton of success. So there is something to be said about just like, if you're feeling in a rut, switching up your playstyle can help you get out of that rut. For sure. Sounds like Fiends of Slaanesh did an amazing one game, then died in the paper cut the next 5. There was a different unit that baited me in Warhammer 2 that I thought was good. It was the Morskatar's Hellion. The ROR Mutant Rat Ogre baited me forever. Because when Thrott's DLC first released, I used Morskatar's Hellion. I was like, this shit's amazing. And I just wouldn't let it go. And back then I was in RTK, and RTK was constantly telling me, like, dude, this thing sucks. I'm like, nah. The first time I used it, it got like 4,000 value. You just don't know. And then it got a million janky attack animations. It missed a bunch of attacks. It routed when it shouldn't have. It got knocked down when it shouldn't have, like hundreds of times. And eventually, after losing so many games, I was like, all right, maybe, maybe you guys were right. And Morskatar's Hellion sucks. Yeah, the 850 Boar Boys, to go back to the Boar Boys, the 850 Boar Boys are really good against enemy cav. That one's true. The 650 are the ones that I feel like are trash at everything, for clarity's sake. Because someone was messaging me about it too. But yeah, the 850 ones, they're solid. They do what they do. They're really good anti-cav duelists. Umbrella and I have very different experiences of them versus single entities, but I think we can agree that they're really good against cav. They don't do anything against infantry. I think those are two things we could probably agree on, Umbrella, if you're still in the audience. Is the 850 Boar Boys suck against infantry, great against enemy cav. And handshake on that. I'll probably start cutting the 650 ones and find something else to do with my money there. Though, because they make me too sad. Maybe replace them with Spider Riders. And then get better archers. Upgrade those goblins to Orc Armor Boys, and then downgrade the Boar Boys to Spider Riders. That could work. Yeah, honestly, that could work. Because the Spider Riders pack in a lot tighter than the Boar Boys do, so I think they'll get off more consistent attacks. And then they could offer poison support for the Boar Boy Biggins. The tricky part about the Boar Boy Biggins is, if they don't bring cavalry, I often find myself wondering what the fuck to do with the unit. Don't know. Anyway, for Blood Penguin versus Sabris, first game is Empire versus the Warriors of Chaos. We do have 2 War Wagons, which I'm sure everyone is super excited about, but I still enjoy Franz. I think Franz is very cool. I also like Boris Todbringer a lot, though I think I'm alone in that train these days. We also have a Life Wizard with Regrowth and Earthblood to support the Franzinator. Bunch of Spearmen, Swordsmen, Silver Bullets, Demigryph Knights with Halberds, and then I think 3 Empire Knights. It is true. For Sabris, we have a Gorebeast Chariot. Interesting. Don't see a lot of those guys. Gorebeast Chariot, Chaos Sorcerer of Tzeentch. Yes. Up on his disc with blue and pink fires. Frontline of Marauders mixed in with Chaos Warriors? No, the Chaos Knights flew up. That was it. We have 2 Chosen of Khorne with dual weapons, 2 Chaos Knights, and 2 Chaos Warhounds. Gorebeast Chariot currently getting shot in the face by the War Wagons. Already lost a quarter of its HP, but it is pressing on with 130 armor. It will be rather resistant to the Swordsman and Spearman. The Bringer of Tods? I wish the Bringer of Tods was here. I like him more than Franz, but Franz is also very cool. No complaints. No complaints at all. Gorebeast Chariot's having a terrible fucking time. Less than half HP, and they've already lost the model as Franz has also dove onto them. Meanwhile, the Demigryph Knights with Halberds and the Empire Knights are sandwiching in this little blob of chaos, now completely trapped between a whole bunch of mass, so they ain't going anywhere. We'll see how it goes. Oh, Valkia's the Lord. Hi, Valkia. I missed you entirely. Whoops. Franz dives in, and with Reikland Runefang, all of these guys in this blob are getting massive melee stats. Holy crap. Stand your ground too. So 58-61 on the Demigryph Knights with the Halberds, and Chaos getting torn apart in this little pocket that Blood Penguin made. The Chosen of Khorne are just starting to get into the fight soon. One of them has been forgotten slightly. He will run up soon. But the other Chosen of Khorne is fighting the Spearmen with shields. Will do good damage. You can catch up. Right now the Silver Bullets and War Wagons are actually making him regret existing for a little bit. And the Empire massively won out in this fight. Dogs are routing, all these Marauders are routing, Chaos Knights are routing, and Valkia is left alone. On the backfield, things are going a little bit better for Chaos. Chaos Knights have found the Empire Knights, and they will slowly get through those guys. Slowly is a pretty key word there, but they're doing it. They're doing it. Marauders will soon overcome the state troops, and of course the Chosen of Khorne will as well. Yeah, they'll be just fine. Empire off to an early lead, but I'm thinking, if that blue fire is going for the Silver Bullets, if you can snipe out the Silver Bullets, I wonder what can kill the Chosen of Khorne. Can the War Wagons do it? Do they have enough ammo to do it? They can kill the Gorebeast Chariot. That guy looked like why we don't see that guy. 160 value before he died. Damn, Gorebeast Chariot. Valkia, do you have both your spears? Yeah, you have one. Maybe if she can catch the Silver Bullets, she can take them out. I don't know what kills the Demigryph Knights with Halberd, but I mean, if the Demigryph Knights with Halberd get into a hyper late game and they just have to sit with the Chosen of Khorne, it's not great. Valkia dives on to Franz. Without the Sorcerer of Tzeentch gonna net him in or anything, he will get away, then land. Okay, never mind. War Wagons still lighting up the Chosen of Khorne. Chaos is quickly losing its tools of agency as the Spear Sleipnir tries to go down the line. Gets a little bit of poke onto the Empire Knights and Demigorgons and Halberds, but that's really not their cup of tea. Anyway, what I was going to say is Chaos is quickly losing its tools of agency. It is down to mostly just infantry trying to carry this game, which is not a great game-winning tool. Because cycle charging can do a lot of damage, missiles can do a lot of damage. You just can't pick your own fights. Sorry about hitting the microphone, that was my bad. Now, Valkia and her little caster friend did dive down to them defense with halberds, trying to get them sniped out. It looks like they were maybe going for the life caster, but he wiggled his way on out of there. We'll see what can come of this. This could be a good snipe attempt. Could. She has anti-large armor piercing. She herself is infantry size, so the enemy knights don't get any buffs or anything. The quick pink fire hits all these guys, and I guess the warp flame reduces their armor a little bit, but that felt odd. Felt like an odd spell choice. Franz is coming over. He probably has stand your ground back up with Earthblood and then him diving in. If he has stand your ground and Reikland Runefang like he does, all of a sudden these Demigorgon Knights are just going to be absolute world beaters. They ain't going anywhere. The stats is too high. Valkyria's still trying to duel it out. The Chosen of Khorne, one of them's almost dead. The other one's at half HP. The War Wagons still have a ton of ammunition. Even after their ammunition nerfs, they still have a ton from firing all game. I think that's probably just GG. I don't see what Chaos can do as Valkyria is getting slapped by the Emperor of Mankind. She routes and army losses is close behind her. That was a crisp game. That was a crisp game from Blood Penguin. Played it pretty well. GG's. Quick blue fire. Out of spite. Couldn't shut down the War Wagons. War Wagons paying for themselves. Damage Knights did fine. Franz did great. Franz did excellently. Empire Knights did actually pretty well considering they were fighting stuff that they don't really get a ton of value out of. Silver Bolt's got a lot of value. State troops died for the glorious cause. Valkia did well. Tzeentchcaster did fine. The Chosen of Khorne just got run around the map the whole time. Chaos Knights really struggled to get value back. Gorby's Chariot also struggled to get its value at all. The Marauders did meh. GG indeed. All right. Can Sabres pick up game 2? Or will it be a quick 2-0? Let us bear witness. The early pocket of cavalry was rough. It was rough. You got 50 on Lich winning the best of 7? It's possible, perhaps. Perhaps. You look so tired. I do? I guess. I guess. I have no rebuttal. I don't feel that tired, my good sir. Does that help? Am I helping? Blood Penguin switches to Kislev. Sabres is still hovering on Chaos. I might be tired. I took the last 2 days off of work to sit here and do nothing. Legally speaking, sit here and do nothing. And while I was sitting here doing nothing, I have videos scheduled out to the release date of the DLC for no reason. For no reason. So yeah, I've been pretty busy. Busy. But saying you're tired is socially something. Needs a do nothing day? Oh, I was entirely being sarcastic and cheeky because I can't talk about it, but I've been data mining in Minecraft. Let's say that. Kislev versus Tomb Kings is going to be the resulting matchup. Blood Penguin, why? So Slaanesh is top tier now, thank God. Oh. Slaanesh is top tiered. Oh, no one told me Slaanesh was good. Oh. Okay. That's a take. That is a take, Fat Kid at Recess. That, what more do you need? A lot. You need a lot more. You need a lot more. This is a build. This is a build that is happening. Think about how many Queeks it would take to beat Skrulk. In the video game, he might beat him because Skrulk is infantry sized. In lore, probably 5. If not infinite, 5. If it would take more than 5 to beat Skrulk, then then you're just in the infinite argument at this point. Skaven is poo-poo tier? Only when the range units don't work, so yes. I was checking some messages. How we doing? Kislev seems like they're ready. Tomb King still getting their stuff together. My drink is almost gone, which makes me sad, and we are getting going here. The Wendigos are super cool. The Kislev units are, in fact, super cool. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of shoop. There's a lot of pew. We got some Streltsy. We got some Kossars. We got some Kossars. And we got some armored Kossar. And we have 2 Griffin Legion, because Blood Penguin is a goddamn masochist. Dude, I hate Griffin Legion. I despise them. Absolutely despise them. I was playing a game recently where it was Bretonnia versus Kislev. I charged some peasant mobs, ladies and gentlemen, peasant mobs with the Griffin Legion. They charged me back. I did 1/10 of their HP on the charge. Grail Knights rear charged my Griffin Legion and like insta-killed them. So that felt pretty good. That felt like a worthwhile trade. That charging into peasant mobs did so fucking little damage. Oh my god, I hate the Griffin Legion. They're trash. Do you think any of the new units is overperforming, and is Kislev no longer a D tier? Based on what I have seen on other people's streams. How many units do you not hate, Human Boy? Half. Half. Half I like, half I dislike. Based on what I've seen on other people's streams, based on no opinions I have formed from my cerebral cortex, I have not used my brain for any of these things. I do not think Kislev will be D tier. No. No. Because they got mobile armor-piercing units. That's pretty fucking great for them. They got a Mortis Engine SEM anti-large duelist. That is pretty fucking great for them, and they have plenty of healing to support it. They got Grom the Paunch, but a Magic Caster and a Waywatcher all in one unit with healing. That would be pretty fucking great for them. I think Kislev's gonna have a good time. But you're playing Sabaton at max volume? I was playing it at half volume. Is that not enough? That might not be enough. When I play Kislev, I also like the Griffin Legion. Why, though? They don't do anything! Their stats are so mid! Their stats are so mid! Oh, 34-32 for an almost 1,200 gold cav unit with no armor piercing or anti-large. Oh, so good. I fucking hate the Griffin Legion. Alright. What do we got? What's going on? Who's happening? For the Tomb Kings, we have the Saber's Regnum Classic, a front line of Skeleton Warriors, a secondary line of Ushabti, some carrying up in the sky, and of course, Grand Hierophant Kotep to spam out heals for his whole army. We also have a Necrotect with the heal and buffs for his Sneaky Snakes. We have a Tomb Prince for some dueling and Guardian. That's not the Saber's Classic. The Saber's Classic is the Grand Hierophant Kotep and then this front line. A triple gold Chevron Necropolis Knight is not what I would call the Classic. On the other side for Kislev, it is 12 shooting. We have Kossar's Spears, Kossar's regular, armored Kossars, and a couple Streltsy mixed in as well. We have 3 Winged Lancers and 2 Griffin Legion. We also have an Ice Witch of Ice with Ice Maiden's Kiss. I think Kislev has the better build here because I don't really believe in triple gold Chevron Necropolis Knights. To quote Malvi, how many units do you not hate, Human Boy? Necropolis Knights are one of the units I hate. I don't hate playing with them. I think they're very cool. I think they're very bad. If it helps that I hate Winged Lancers and Bears are often too expensive. See, I strangely tolerate Winged Lancers, even though they do nothing and die. They do nothing and die for a lesser price point than Griffin Legion do nothing and die. So the Ushabti getting way ahead of the Skeletons, the Skeleton frontline is proving to be a problem for the Tomb Kings. Not having a great time. Cool Umbrella saying Necronites are not bad, and that Blob is strong as fuck. We will see, as the rest of the Tomb Kings are getting torn apart for now. The Griffin Legion are streaking forth, hoping to do stuff. They are currently killing some of these little birdies, so that's nice. Archer support is taking care of the Ushabti for now. Wing Lancers do have to slam into the rear there and get a nice rear charge off. Looks like they will now. As the Necropolis Knights move on to the Streltsy. Looks like they want to take out those armor-piercing units in the Griffin Legion. Not having the best time. Now that those giant snakes have joined the fight, they want to back out. And then now sandwiched Tomb King's forces over here taking a lot of damage. Carrion are almost dealt with as the Winged Lancers and Griffin Legion hold back the Ushabti. That is one thing they're very good at doing. They do have high mass, as most cavalry do. So give those Streltsy some space to walk out of here. Streaking forth. Yes, they are. I think that's actually a real term. I don't think you can gaslight me out of that one. That's a real term. Because, like, streaking through an area is a term for something that is quite fast. Just like, you know, Peeling out. Tomb Kings have taken the lead on the damage value. Balance of power is about even, maybe slightly Tomb King's favorite. Ooh, and the Ice Witch gets caught out. Her speed is now 32 as the poison has hit her, and she's going to need someone to bail her out. She definitely can't just stay here. She gets jostled about by the snakes. And the Lord getting caught out is going to be a bit of a problem. The Winged Lance is also taking a lot of damage. Ice Maiden's Kiss does a little bit of damage to some of these skeleton warriors as some of the archers try and get rid of the Ushabti, but it's not looking great. The northern flank's going just fine for Kislev. They're doing quite well up there, but their Lord getting sniped out like this is a pretty brutal boo-boo. Streltsy are just going to fire point-blank range. They realize they can't get anywhere in any amount of time, so they'll just fire at the Necropolis Knights that they can fire at. Straight rear charges seems more effective since Biggest Service gets it. Yeah. Alright, Kossars fire again. Streltsy doing what they can to support anything that's going on. And the Ice Witch has routed. She hasn't shattered just yet, but I feel like it's coming in hot. 40% missile resistance and 10%... wait, physical resistance, yes, 40%. 10% missile resist is making those Necro Knights pretty tanky to all the shots coming in. Ushabti across the battlefield aren't having the best day, though I think the Tomb King's free Ushabti summon is still available. In the back pocket. Unless any of you guys have a little summon icon over you. Nope. Okay. Winged Lancers coming back for now. The Necropolis Knights taking a little bit more poke from the Streltsy. The Ice Witch has died, which means Kislev will take a spike in leadership. Though again, like the High Elves, they're not really a faction that cares too much if their Lord gets sniped. It's still not great. They don't care that much. Is this the finals? Yep. There's the Ushabti summon we were worried about. The two of the Ushabti are slowly fading away. Kislev has made some space for themselves in the backfield, but Streltsy are now summoned on by Ushabti. They're going to need to get the fuck out of here. They start pathing away. Griffin Legion are going to charge in. Buy them a little bit of space. Balance power shifted against Kislev, and I would tend to agree. One Ushabti is gone from over here while the Griffin Legion do charge in. Collide with that Ushabti. And Streltsy make it out of here with a good amount of models. These Kossars Spears also have a good amount of models, so if we can survive the two Ushabti that are here, the one that's crumbling, the other one that's a summon, Kislev could get their backs against the wall. Kossars might want to help with these skeletons. Those are armored Kossars. Okay, armored Kossars will be fine. I thought those were regular Kossars. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know what can kill this little snake area, though. Balance power is artificially held up by a full health Ushabti. That's fake. So we'll see how that fares. Kislev regroups on the high ground. Tomb Kings are regrouping on the low ground. If you wait out that Ushabti and kill off these skeleton warriors, the battlefield just gets a whole lot cleaner. It is the snake and 3 heroes versus everything else. That skeleton ain't gonna make it. Ooh, has he rallied? No, he's still crumbling. That skeleton ain't gonna make it. That skeleton ain't gonna make it. Basic Kossars trying to fire at the Necropolis Knights before they bite the dust. Armored Kossars with their pistols and more Kossars behind them are going to get some shots in as well. All of the Knights teaming up on the poor skeleton warriors, the poor downtrodden skeleton warriors, and 4 seconds left on these Ushabti's limited lifespan. 1 and 0. They are gone. Skellies are gone. Other Skellies are gone. So Kislev is rallying a little bit. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough of a rally to kill off the Necro Knights. The Necro Knights also have been getting some healing from the restores and all of the army passives of the Tomb Kings and at Kotep spamming out spells. I wonder where their heal cap is at. If their heal cap is right around the corner, maybe Kislev can take this game. If their heal cap is far from sight, I'm not so sure. Why does Kislev not get armored Kossars with spears in multiplayer? I don't know. Kossars with spears bracing for the charge. They won't take nearly as much on the advance. Streltsy are trying to reform lines and fire, so are these other Kossars with spears. And more spells are out. Meanwhile, the pistols and these other archers are all turning and firing at our friends, the Necronites. Is that a campaign thing? Yeah, it's just in the prologue. More damage on Necropolis Knights as we hit a little bit of a lag patch. Still don't see their heal cap yet. Winged Lancers, Griffin Legion fucking off for a bit. Big charge in. There's that heal cap. So there's only so much more healing the Necropolis Knights can get. They are getting whittled down. Streltsy still firing in. All these archers still firing in. And that physical resistance has worn off. Necropolis Knights down to about half HP. Kislev ain't giving up without a fight. They're continuing to battle on. Fire of Blood is popped, keeping the Griffin Legion in the fight till the very last man. Necropolis Knights are below half HP and taking a lot of damage from this focus fire that's coming in from all around. And if those guys die, your only real combat character left is a Tomb Prince. So we'll have to see how this goes for them. Man, those Necropolis Knights are just taking a walloping on that crossfire, even with an impressive amount of physical resistance getting cast on them over and over again. They have still taken a lot of damage. Streltsy at last get compromised in melee combat by the Necropolis Knights. That is a huge loss for Kislev, and a good target selection from the Tomb Kings for sure. More cavalry is charging in, while the archers try and get a little bit more damage in. More archers are trying to rally from far afield. Necropolis Knights still getting lower and lower. Their leadership's down to only 7, now 4. If you can get that crumbling going, that'll also be pretty brutal. Joff's Incantation of Cursed Blades is up again for more of that passive healing from Kotep. Really trying to keep these guys alive, but without that physical resistance, they will take a lot more damage. Cavalry is cycle charging in and out, in and out. Streltsy are back with 31 models. If they can actually reform lines and shoot, they could do a lot of damage. And the balance of power is Kislev's worst enemy. One leadership for the Necropolis Knights, not quite crumbling yet. There's some of the crumbling damage, adding even more to their woes. They get gunned down. They're sub 500 HP and no chance of that unit rallying in this. But Streltsy are starting to rout. Fire Blood passive's getting popped. And an army losses after the Necropolis Knights are dead? That seems a little ambitious, as Kotep definitely had no spells left. So you just had some pretty meh melee combatants versus all this. That seemed very silly. Necropolis Knights trying to hold on till the end of the game, but they do at last die. Watches balance power just shatters them all. Yep, there it is. I actually don't think that game was over. I think the Tomb Kings were advantaged, but I don't think that game was over. That was silly. That was a silly army losses. Because it treats a support character with nothing to support and a caster with no Winds of Magic left as full-fledged combatants. Well, out of ammo on those guys? Plenty of them still had ammo. Like I said, I think the Tomb Kings were advantaged, but that's too early to call it. Does the control click routing or drawing a path ever work well, or is it too janky to reliably use? For me, I think it's shift is what you're talking about, but I generally don't use it very much. Damage values are pretty mixed. Necro Knights did 1800 value, which is nice, but considering their heal cap and all support they got, I would kind of hope for more. Kislev, I breezed through it, but the Streltsies did well. Kossars, their archers did good. They did good. Armored Kossars did fine. Winged Lancers and Griffin Legion did not do particularly great. GG's. Griffin Legion, if only you had anti-large or armor piercing, you bastards. You can't say I unnecessarily hate on the Griffin Legion when the Griffin Legion are objectively terrible. All right. Game 3. That's it. That's it. No matter what, whoever wins this next game wins it all. Let's go. I'm still thinking about, in theory, crafting greenskins. I want to get my mojo back with that faction, but I've just been losing a ton recently. I could switch over to trolls. Abandon boar boys almost entirely. Just take like 2 orc boar boy biggins in case of any cavalry. But if they don't take cavalry, what do they fucking do? Back to that dilemma. That's a dilemma. You can't just seed the mobile games. You need at least 2 orc boar boy biggins. And then just call it Spider Riders. Maybe trolls, though I haven't been impressed with trolls for a while. I could spend the money to upgrade my infantry or get better archers. You play with me? Or... Does Humboy have access to the DLC? I refuse to answer that question. I refuse. Orc boys got buffed to armor 3, yet somehow look to be more outclassed. Orc boys are okay, it's just goblins are usually better. I feel like I probably shouldn't have banned. Well, I was flustered with the pick of bans because of the crashes I was having. That's fair, but I feel like I should take the Greenskins and Empire matchup because I used to have a good build for it. But I lost it a couple times to just more wagons and outriders getting coited. Squigs cover the anti-infantry AP needs. I tried that, but the Infernal Ironsword completely cucked them. I couldn't give them even close to enough buffs to get through the Infernal Ironsword with Chaos Dwarves. Skulk was any good? Honestly, maybe. I've tried Skulkers a little bit. They seem fine. Sippe, it is potentially... There are 3 scenarios. 1, I'm being a bitch. 2, I have early access and I'm not supposed to tell you. Or 3, I don't have early access and my pride demands that I don't tell you because big streamers already have it and I feel like a little streamer bitch. So pick whatever of those 3 scenarios is your favorite and roll with that. Infernal Ironsworn or God tier, just bet the nerf. They're pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. That matchup could use some more theory crafting for me for the greenskins, but it just feels... It feels bad. And maybe not unwinnable, but I don't know if it's worth putting my energy into. Because I have a bunch of other factions that are better against Chaos Dwarves. I don't think Chaos Dwarves are OP. I think I'm in a greenskins rut, and I think I don't know the matchup very well. But it feels like something that the greenskins wouldn't want to deal with. Because you can have unbreakable terror-causing chariots, the Iron Demons and the Skullcrackers and stuff. You can have Flying Death and or Firecasters, which are things greenskins do not enjoy. The Infernal Ironsworn are really tough to deal with. I could go Azhag, but I struggle really hard with greenskins without Warzag. That's like a personal thing. I know there are greenskin players who play Azhag and play them well. Like, I'm not saying that that one's outside my control. It's just like how I play with Warzag and how I play with Azhag. I play very poorly with Azhag. Last match of the day? This is the last match of the day. Looks like we have Bretonnia versus Cathay. You think it's Greenskins favored versus Chaos Dwarves? Interesting, Mr. Umbrella. It doesn't feel that way on paper, but I've played it a sum total of like 3 times. So I'm not pretending to be an expert on it. I could try more archer spam, but I feel like that's just gonna get fucked up. Oy. I got real discouraged when there was a game versus Gentle Rat on stream. He had 2 Bale Taurus casters and an Iron Demon. And I netted the Iron Demon in the Broken Tusks mob and Stone Trolls, popped a Wa, and gave them the Fists of Gork, and that also procced the Bonewood Staff. The Iron Demon left that fight with 3/4 HP. So that was pretty depressing. And then he landed his caster, and I tried to take that out. And he left that fight. He entered it with like 1,000, and he left it with like 200. He routed, but he rallied, cast the Spirit Leech onto Wurzag, which also healed him because he had that chalice thingy. It's on the channel, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go look for it. It was a live stream, but then also I cast a game about it. I think it was the last clip in Warhammer 3B Bussin'. I think that was that one. But yeah, so I just had this like awful fucking game that broke my mental of like all these large targets just landing or sitting in Orc Boarboy Biggins and Stone Trolls while I gave them buffs, and they were like, cool story, bro, anyway, and just leave or kill them all. It was like, cool, good game, super happy playing Greenskins versus Chaos Dwarves right now. And ever since then I've just been tilted off the face of the planet. Doom Divers and more fanatics. Yeah, that could be a way. Yeah. That could. Has Sabres played Dowie? No, but I imagine it was banned away from him. Are Doom Divers actually any good versus the single entities, though? Because the single entities are what's not being answered here. I don't know what to do about the single entities. I've tried Archers, and they just got run the fuck down by Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. I've tried Boarboy Biggins and Trolls, and you just heard that story, so I don't need to go into it again. And last match, I played with the Arachnarok Spider, but Drazoth the Ashen actually bodied the shit out of the Arachnarok. Plus some Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses lit it up. So I don't know. Did the Doom Divers actually do that much damage to like Drazoth or Astrogoth or a Flying Deathcaster? Interesting. I'll have to check that out. I feel like I've been gaslit by you people about Doom Divers before, and I tried them on stream, and they were hot garbage. It was Kugath! It was Kugath, you fucks! I remember! The Doom Divers missed him 4 volleys in a row, and I rage quit. Similar to the Hell Cannon thing. I remember. You can't trick me again! If they can miss Kugath, they can't fucking hit a giant flying bull monster. I won't be fooled again. Not like this. What up, Strat Game? Then Loons. Yeah, I think more Loons is definitely a good call. For sure. And again, I am just talking out loud about my struggles with the matchup, not saying it's an unwinnable matchup, and I have admitted several times I've only played it like 3 total times. Wasn't that in 3.0? No, that was definitely since then. Because there's a different game where I fought Cool Umbrella with the Hell Cannon ROR, and it missed Kugath 7 out of 9 shots, and I made an entire video about that. Any Hub therapy sesh moments? Not really. I lost the Blood Penguin, but I wasn't too upset about it. Other than that, I've just been filling time whenever people are taking particularly long in picks and bans and stuff, and just like talking out loud. But no, it's been a good night. Not a lot of jank, not a lot of bullshit. Because the game I lost, I literally loaded in. I was like, I don't think I have enough for an Infernal Ironsworn, so hopefully didn't bring him, and he brought 2. And then the Infernal Ironsworn killed everything. So it's not like, holy fuck, how did I lose this game? Oh, this game's broken and shitty. It's like, oh, alright, well, we identified a clear weakness with the build I brought, and he had that thing, and I lost. Also, Bloodpig was just, like, a good player. So, pretty whatever. I do, well, if you count therapy sessions as me saying the 650 Boar Boys and the Kislev Griffin Legion are giga trash units, then those would be therapy sessions, but I don't know. I gotta see some replays where those units actually do well before I start believing them again, because I haven't seen the 650 Boar Boys do work in many an age, and I will go on record as saying I never see the Griffin Legion do well. I am racking my brain for one time I saw them even pay for themselves, and it's not happening. The only time they've maybe paid for themselves is if they got onto the Sunmaker that was undefended, and then it's like, okay, hooray, they killed the fucking Sunmaker, but a Kossovite Dervish can do that. 650 Boar Boys are bad? Yeah. I wasn't reiterating the point, I was just catching strat game up, if you count those as therapy sesh moments. Alright, for the builds, the players hit start actually pretty quickly after setting up, which is not usual for them. We have a whole bunch of peasant bowmen. 2 peasant mobs is the only real infantry. Then a Knights of the Realm, Grail Knights, Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Royal Hippogriff Knights, and 1 Trebuchet. On the other side, we have a Dragonblooded Shugi Lord of Yang with Jade Shield and Dragon Breath. We have 3 cannons. We have 2 alchemists. Both of them are just here for the spell mastery, it looks like. Plus, they have enchanted metallurgy. We have a Wujing War Compass for the free spells, and I believe more spell mastery. Yes, it is. 4 Jade Lancers. Nope, 3. Nope, 4. 4 Jade Lancers, 5 Jade Warriors. I do like the Jade Lancers versus Bretonnia, because the Bretonnia goes super greedy, like they are now with going this wide with archers. Jade Lancers can get their weight back in gold. Now, of course, they'll have to be careful about the Bretonnian cavalry, but it looks like the Bretonnian cavalry is a little more preoccupied with other things at the moment. If the Bretonnian cav comes within range of those cannons, they will have a very bad time. What up, Way? How you doing? No Plague Claw catapults tonight, my friend. None tonight. Really good Dragon Breath with all that spell mastery. Does a ton of damage to those little archers. The Jade Lancers are going to suicide for these archers, but getting rear charged by Knights of the Realm will not be a good time for our Jade Lancery friends. Jade Shield cast onto the Yang Lord. I wonder if that was a miscast thingy, where she was trying to click onto these Jade Lancers and instead it went onto her for no reason. I know that can sometimes happen. It's a rare bug, but it is a bug. Knights of the Realm charging in. Now, this works both ways. While Cathay went super greedy with a bunch of archers, Bretonnia went super greedy with a bunch of archers. Cathay went greedy with 3 cannons and not a ton to defend them, so if some Knights of the Realm or something can suicide in the backline, they could do really good damage. The Shugi Lord appears to just be abandoning her Jade Lancer to the wills of Bretonnia, and 1 cannon is trying to offer rear-firing support over there. So, in the start of a thunderstorm, that definitely knocked down my electricity. I'm sorry, Way. Well, you can probably finish this stream because there's only this game left, no matter who wins. It's 1-1 in the finals, which is best of 3, so it's going to be over. Let's play some Greenskins after the stream. I'm going to bed after the stream. It's 11 p.m. here. But we could in the future. I also don't really feel like learning a faction right before a patch. When a patch could change a lot of things. A lot of things. Like, let's just be really fucking crazy here and say something so ridiculous that no one will believe me. Like, what if... What? Fast. Okay, I have 1 game. Sorry. Grace opened the door and then just stared at me, and I'm like, what? We gotta go. Anyway. Jade Lancers charging into these Grail Knights. They do have 64% damage resistance from the Jade Shield with all of this Elemental Winds Harmony and stuff. That'll make them very tanky against the Grail Knights. But anyway, like, I don't really want to learn the Greenskin meta when something could change, something crazy. Like, I don't know. Let's just pretend that like Snotling pump wagons get turned into Outriders grenade launchers with 360 firing fart grenades. Something just weird and stupid like that couldn't possibly be true, so no one can be mad at me. I feel like I wouldn't want to learn a faction before something wildly changes. Tian? Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Alright. Bretonnia has gotten back into the cookie jar. Knights of the Realm and the Grail Knights trying to stop the cannons. Trying. One's already routed. One is behind a bungalow, so it's going to have a hard time shooting. And yeah. Oh, hey, the Trebuchet's still back there. Hey, Trebuchet. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And there's Hippogriff Knights. This is looking so bad for Cathay at this moment. I don't know what could kill this stuff. Because 2 of your 3 cannons are routing. Jade Warriors are just not going to get it done in melee combat with these Hippogriff Knights. I don't know. This is looking doomed. Doomed! What is that? Who's on what side? Okay, so that's the phase. It's the Chalice of Potions. Do the Peasant Longspear see it coming? Yes, they do. They dodge. Does it curve to the right? Nope, curves to the left, so they're totally fine. Nice dodge there, little Peasant Spearmen. Are these the Grail Knights? No, where are the Grail Knights? How healthy are they? Ooh, the Grail Knights are the half HP ones. Oh, no. Grand Cannon gonna fire into them? You told him to go Ogres. I think Cathay can be a counter to Bretonnia. I don't really buy into the... I mean, you literally saw my build earlier in the stream. 4 Iron Hails, 2 Cannons, 4 Jade Lancers, 5 Jade Warriors, some Peasant Long Spears. I should have taken some Peasant Horsemen. I forgot the build and the pressure of the moment, but still. And then a Dragobuded Shugi Lord that you keep as cheap as possible. And then you spread out really wide, and Bretonnia only has so many elite cav that they can really get onto you with. I think this build from Blood Penguin would have been really tough for me to beat, though. Because he went... Usually what I see is either a Grail Knight and a Royal Hippogriff Knight and then a bunch of infantry, or I see a bunch of Knights of the Realm. But I'm not used to seeing a bunch of Knights of the Realm and a Hippogriff Knight and a Grail Knight. That's a lot. So I think even my build would fucking struggle with that. But we could see. The Spell Harmony thing is a really neat combination. I like the ingenuity of it a lot. Because you can see that his Jade Shield has 145% intensity. But I don't know if it's enough, because none of these spells threaten the Grail Knights or the Hippogriff Knights, and those can carry the entire game. So if you look at the roster, what threatens those units? It's just the 3 cannons. So if you shut them down, which he did, now those units can carry the entire game for him. The Jade Shield plus the Dragon's Breath could kill all the archers. The Jade Lancer could kill all the archers and the Field Trebuchet and all that stuff. Maybe even snipe the Fae if the Dragonblood Shugi Lord could get up and actually go fight her. But the Grail Knights and Hippogriff Knights can literally carry all the rest of this. Balance power is heavily in Bretonnia's favor, while the damage value is at pretty close to even. 1,000 in the favor of Bretonnia. But balance power is way more than 1,000 in favor. Does the Bound Lightning get an intensity boost? That's a great question. Yes! Yes, it does. That's really cool, Long Paul DeRee. That's not something I ever thought to think about. A couple of Peasant Archers would have been really nice for additional harmony. Yeah. I generally favor Iron Hail Gunners in this matchup because the Peasant Archers do almost nothing against the Bretonnia Knights, so I'd rather just have Iron Hails, but I understand your point, Tian. Even if you're wrong! It's all Ogre. It's all Ogre. Then I have to go help Grace with the debate cover, and then figure out what the fuck is going on with my streaming stuff. Might have to make a note to do that tomorrow, though, because I don't have time to really fart on stream stuff tonight. Chalice Potions is going to be dodged by these Peasant Spearmen. They're already moving in a way to dodge it, and Sabrus was probably focusing since his Lord is doing the Fey right there, so you probably won't let him get hit. But army losses does come for them, and the Comet was going to delete that cow. Goodbye, cow. Grail Knights go Burr. Hippogriff Knights go Burr. Knights of the Realm also did honestly fine. Peasant Bowman did not have to do a lot. What about other bounce spells? It appears any spell of any kind gets boosted by the Harmony. Yes, it appears. All right, that is it for an excellent Friday Night Fights. Congratulations to Blood Penguin for going 2-1 in the series. Congratulations to Sabrus for taking the only game off of the champion tonight. It was a close 3-game series. It was well battled by both players. Also, congratulations to Cool Umbrella for making it to the semifinals. That'll be it for me tonight. Also, thanks to Cool Umbrella for hosting the whole tournament. I hope you all enjoyed. So what is coming up? Saturday, the Wild Platypus is hosting his playoffs for his tournaments, the land battle tournaments he's been running. I'll be playing in those, so I need to fix my Total Warhammer 3 before that. Tuesday, I have a stream with Tactical Lich on the new patch. We'll be playing a best of 7. And then Wednesday, I have a new player tournament. So those will be all the streams within the next week here. That's what I got for you. GG's, well played indeed. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. All done, Bubs.